What is good, people? It is none other
Hey!
than us, Satsuki the Savage, everything animated. And this is the King of Anime podcast. How do you do?
Hello, everybody. Hello. Uh, if y'all are tuning in to us now, you may notice something a little different. In the bottom right, we finally have an option for super chats. That's right. To show your support for King of Anime podcast, super chats are officially down there. We got monetized. We got the opportunity last week, we were telling you, but now we officially have it. It's not mandatory. You don't have to. We're not forcing you to do it, but it would.
I mean, I might, I just feel like everybody who's watching should spare us at least like 100,000. Like we could start there.
100,000?
You could haggle. We could haggle down to like 50 if you're cute or something. But I think that's the least we deserve.
Touche. So you heard the man. 100,000 or nothing at all. So you better drop some moolah. But like I said, it's there now, and in the future, we're in talks of doing some membership, because I know that's an option that we can do on this channel. We just kind of need to think of what we would want. If you guys have any suggestions, drop it in the comments, drop it in the chat. If you're live, yeah, I'd be curious to see what y'all would want, because we're open to ideas. Definitely.
I definitely can do some stuff, even solo if necessary, for something like that. Because there's a lot of stuff that we don't talk about as a collective just because we're all off doing our own things. And I think it may be a good opportunity to kind of make things like this collaborative effort in a solo manner, where we're kind of like putting together some things that fit our personal interests rather than, us having to cover the same stuff. Because there's a lot of manga I read that EA doesn't read, that C doesn't read, and vice versa. I guess like that remains true for all of us, and that it doesn't have to be limited to anime and manga, because EA for sure is like more in tune with like movie stuff, for example. So that could definitely be something on the table, but we'll figure things out as far as that goes.
Yeah, absolutely. That would be fun to talk about. We could have a SpongeBob hour. I would dedicate dedicate some hour to SpongeBob and Shrek. The lore of Shrek.
There is some lore.
Absolutely. But other than that, how is everybody doing? I hope y'all are having a good day. Yes, QRW6. I was about to say Leon. Neon. Also, is that your name, Neon? Is it secretly Leon?
What up, KOA? Hope y'all day has been well. Been watching an anime called Viral Hit. It's a Korean manhwa adaptation. It's alright, but it's better off as a binge and can learn some fighting techniques. Manhwa are weird things to translate, because I feel like a lot of manhwa require you to binge it for it to be really enjoyable. It's just kind of, I don't know, it's just the writing style. Some things like I guess like Tower of God can be enjoyed on a chapter basis, but it's a lot of webtoons that you read a chapter and it doesn't feel like the equivalent of a manga chapter for whatever reason. I don't know why. Congratulations, appreciate you. Hello, King of Anime podcast. Hope you guys are having a great day. Not sure if you guys seen Kaiju number 8. I highly recommend the series. It's really good. Have not seen it. I am aware of the series, though.
Yeah, I would be interested to watch it, because I know it was kind of hit or miss at the beginning. So he was like, "Oh, I don't know, it doesn't look good," but he was talking about mainly the animation and how the fans were reacting to it. But seems like everybody likes it now.
I think that's a show I keep seeing of the girl that's they paid a homage to Android 18, with her design. I think that's the show.
Oh,
I think that's Kaiju number 8, but I'm not sure. I just keep seeing that.
Time to watch the series. No, just for that alone.
What is good, Furs? Hope y'all doing well. Nope.
Hello, Furs.
So, EA, there's a question for you and only you.
Only me?
How's your Father's Day?
Oh, well, thanks. My Father's Day was pretty laid back and pretty easygoing. My son actually came to wish me a happy Father's Day. It was like it just turned midnight, and he came in and was like, "Happy Father's Day." I was like, "Oh, thank you," because I had totally forgotten, to be quite honest. Because I don't know. Father's Day is a everyday type of thing. I don't kind of like narrow it down just to one day, but it is nice just to get a little recognition and whatnot. So that was nice. That was nice just to hear that from him. But other than that, business as usual.
Yeah, definitely gotta. I gotta wish you a Father's Day, even though it's late. You know, especially because that day is a day where a lot of dudes get the short end of the stick as far as like the celebration stuff.
Yeah,
because people go hard on Mother's Day, but not necessarily Father's Day. So
it is so true. When I used to work in the mailroom, I would see just barrelfuls of Mother's Day cards, but when it came to Father's Day cards, it'd be like a few sprinkled in here and there. I'm like, gee. No love for the fathers, but I agree. I agree with that sentiment.
Definitely got to be celebrated, though. You know, because you do your job. So, and happy Father's Day to all my other fathers that may be watching the podcast. I don't know if we have any, not sure, but yeah. Well, KOA, I think it's time to uplift everybody in the chat. Possibly give them something that won't give them the, what is it again?
It's something that we won't ever give you, the blues. Now let's get ready for the KOA.
It's Miracle!
Alright, so the first thing we have is Demon Slayer threatens to extend episodes 7 and 8 to a 40-minute slot and a 60-minute slot, respectively. I only say threaten because I don't really like it when we get these extended episodes, at least this much. It would be different if it was, I don't know. Well, first and foremost, the show I really enjoyed. That probably would help. But also, if it was not done as frequently as it's been with Demon Slayer, it seems like this show does movies and extended episodes a lot.
Yeah, for sure. I know that's definitely an UFO table thing. They definitely like to do that, but
that is true. It is a studio thing as well.
What I think is weird is the fact that we've got 8 episodes out of this. They could have, for how long they're going to extend episode 7 and 8, they could have easily have made 12 episodes.
I mean,
easily.
Yeah.
I mean, do the 12 episode formats. There's no reason to do, let's make 8, but make the first episode an hour and a half. But episode 8, make it an hour. Yeah. I'm sorry, but I understand that in TV shows this happens a lot, especially on Netflix, where you'll get like 50-minute, 60-minute episodes or whatever. But when you're used to anime that's on average 23, 25 minutes, it can be weird, especially if it comes out of nowhere and you're watching it and you're like, this episode's a lot longer. Then you pause it to see how much time is left. You're like, this is a fucking hour.
Yeah.
And that can catch you off guard.
ReZero had a lot of extended episodes where a lot of the episodes were going past like 25 minutes, because on average, with the openings and endings cut out, you're getting about like 19 minutes of a show, 19 to 20 minutes. And ReZero did that a lot, but I think ReZero needed that for sure. Demon Slayer, absolutely, with this first episode, I don't think it needed that hour episode that it had for its first episode. We'll see what it does with this. Obviously, I read it, so I know, But 40-minute and 60-minute slot is meaning that we're going to get like about what, let's say 34 to 36 minute episode 7, and then probably like a 50-minute episode 8. So be prepared for that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's literally coming next week, so yeah.
Yep. Be prepared.
In other news, Delicious in Dungeon is to receive a season 2. This show is... No, we can't do that, EA. We're getting booed off the stage. This show is like... How I see people talk about this show is how Freerun was talked about. People not saying that it's
that good.
Not saying it's people think is that as great as Freerun, because people shot Freerun all the way up to like, I think it's still the #1 anime on my anime list. But in terms of its popularity, like it's pretty up there. It's like one of the more popular anime that we got this year. So yeah, we're definitely in a minority as far as disliking it.
I mean, I don't get it myself, but that's just me. I mean, maybe now we're getting into the good stuff after what's her face got melted and turned into bones, and apparently she's alive now. But what else can they possibly do? The dragon's dead.
I mean, we watched what, about 25% of the show as it was. It was 24 episodes in total, I believe, and I think we dropped it at episode 6. So it was still a lot to go over. It's just that speaking for us and us only, we didn't really find it that funny, so it was hard to keep up with it. But no, it's taken off like wildly.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Whenever people do their like top shows from this year, Delicious Dungeon is probably going to be like a top 10 show for a lot of people. So
weird. And Ferds, to answer your question, how come we dislike it? I can only speak for myself. I just thought it wasn't funny. I thought it, well, actually no. There's some parts that are extremely funny with the damn episode 2 and the Mandrake. That's the best. But everything else just seemed just kind of meh. It's a very niche kind of anime where it's just about eating monsters. I don't know. I just couldn't get into it myself.
Ooh, my day is going to go double bad if the Celtics win. Jesus Christ. Double homicide.
But I know that's all we have listed here, but I do actually have 2 things here for news. First and foremost, we had a first official trailer for Watchmen, the animated kind of like movie adaptation. If it's pretty much going to be just like the movie, but it's based off the comic book from the 80s, and they have like a chapter 1 releasing later this year. Looks pretty damn good, if I do say so myself. And there it is in the chat. The last thing I want to talk about
is it going to have the Snyder edge?
I don't know. I mean, have you ever seen the original Watchmen?
Seen the movie.
Yeah, the movie. Did you like it?
Oh, see, I was a kid when I watched it. As a kid, I enjoyed it. I feel like I would like it less as an adult. That's just the feeling I get.
I personally feel like when that movie came out, a lot of people were hating on it. Because this is a movie that came out around the same time as Iron Man and Dark Knight, and people are like, what the fuck is this movie about? Why are they, not superheroes anymore? And why is everything so depressing and sad? And I feel like it was a movie way ahead of its time. And like, it's just so, it's underappreciated. I really love Watchmen, but I think this one will be pretty good. So, the last piece of news that I have is there is a trailer for this anime that I am looking forward. I've been looking forward to for a while, but we finally got a release date. It's 2026. It's called Kill Tube. It's an original anime film, and I don't know if you've seen this, Sasuke, but it looks absolutely gorgeous. I dropped it there in the chat as well. It looks like something like you just on drugs to see the whole damn thing. It's literally just the most crazy looking thing I've seen in a while, and it took them years to make it, as you could tell just by looking at it. But oh my goodness, I cannot wait to see when this movie comes out, because I have a.
They gotta change the name. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
The name. The reason I say that is because it's so close to the name Dead Tube, and if you know about that manga, it's a super edgy and gory manga that.
Oh, I didn't know.
That's what, when I heard that name, I was like, is he talking about Dead Tube? For that to be my first thought is selling the show in a bad way.
Okay.
But
well, it definitely looks like it'll be fun. I think it'll be a visually appealing type show, just like Arcane Season 2. Well, Arcane in general, I should say. Speaking of which, Season 2 coming out later this year. I don't know if that trailer came out within this week, but it definitely has high promise. It's going to be the final season, too, which is even more crazy to think about. But I guess like the head showrunner of Arcane said that they're going to expand more on League of Legends. So even though Arcane's going to end, they have more room to talk about other stories within the world of League of Legends. So I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be fun.
All right. Bird says in the chat, the actual story picks up in the second core. To be honest, I give it a second chance. Yeah.
What? Yes, sir?
You going to give it a second chance?
I might, especially because people are liking it a lot more than I thought they would. I mean, we might have to do what we did with Demon Slayer and revive it. We might have to do that.
I'm not watching it again.
Okay, well, you don't want to, and I may want to. We'll find out.
If we didn't bring back Kanata no Astra, I'm not bringing back. We can't bring back Demon Slayer. But
was that your nail in the coffin? You killed Kanata no Astra.
I mean, I killed it with y'all, but I rewatched it, and then I was like, it's not that our feelings weren't valid where we dropped it at. It's just that the plot twist in that show really made up for a lot of the mediocrity that we had in the beginning. I don't think that's going to be the case with Delicious and Dungeon, because I feel like it wasn't mediocrity in the beginning. It's just that I didn't really find it funny, and everybody has different modes for comedy.
Yeah.
So.
Bouncing plants I was like, I'm out. I don't know what's going on in this show. But yeah, you and C both said it got really good after a certain episode, and I'm just like, such a shame.
It was close after it was probably like maybe 2 episodes after, 2 more episodes, and then the big thing would have happened, which turned everything around for that show. Y'all can always bring back Mushoku Tensei.
No.
You know how long I wanted that show killed? I wanted it killed in season 1.
Yeah, season 1 we're struggling to keep it alive. I feel like in the later core of season 1 we were really struggling. We were both, me, you, and C were like, I don't know, man. Rudy's getting really fucking stupid.
The only reason I was keeping, or one of the reasons I was even entertaining one of the past that show is because of Ghislaine.
Yeah.
And now she's not a focus. No, thank you. I've heard that the last episode was pretty intense. I actually know what happened in it. I won't say, but that ain't gonna make me come back.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm glad it happened.
You're gonna have to message me that privately, because I don't care about spoilers of that.
You want to know? Just
Yeah, I
don't
want to know.
don't let your don't be like, whoa, that happened.
Okay.
The insert spoiler happened.
No, come on. I'm not gonna say that. Oh, what? The one that sleeps around, she died? Holy shit. Oh. Okay, I think I already knew that, to be honest.
Yeah.
All right, well. Only thing I know about it recently is a local band out of Arizona combined with Crunchyroll, Archetypes Collide, and made a very cool AMV, anime movie video, whatever the fuck it's called. Anyway, I thought that was really neat just because I know the guy who plays the drums in that band. I play fucking dodgeball with him every Tuesday. So it's kind of trippy when you really see something like that on Crunchyroll where you're like, holy shit, I know these guys.
Hey. Still watching Mushoku and there's no school. Good to hear. But the character growth / development. Hey.
Yeah, we have to see.
I can get that. I can get that somewhere else.
We have to see them. Oh, we have to see them making their fucking little models. You know, their little weeaboo models. Come on, man.
Good, man. I promise I wasn't going to talk about that show anymore.
Yeah, I know. And here we are, still talking about it, many seasons later.
Well, let's talk about a show that, in my opinion, is a tad bit better. We're started with Nakama Club. If people are not familiar with the format of Nakama Club, one of us chooses a show for the season in which we bring back something that may be from a previous season or maybe even 10 years ago, a decade ago, 5 years ago. And we talk about it. For Nakama Club, it was C's pick and he chose Fate/Stay Night. This is after we already watched Fate/Zero, so this is kind of tying in the whole universe together and getting more of the universe and whatnot. So we're talking about episodes 15 and 16, or episodes 3 and 4 of season 2. So
Yeah.
Episode 15, titled A Battle of Legend.
Ooh. My God. Gilgamesh just completely owned Berserker. Ooh, I know this whole episode was mainly focused around Elia and her background, and I guess I'll address this now and get it out of the way. I owe her an apology. I do. Yep, I do. I understand where it comes from. I get it now. I absolutely get it. I guess it never really showed that side, which is true, because when you think about ReZero and you think back to, everything that happened, how it ended, here's poor old Ilya just sitting at home in Mother Russia, just waiting for her, because they're from Russia, right?
I don't think so. I think you just said that because of the hat.
You know what? I think you're right.
I don't think they ever said that.
Okay, I think you're right. But yeah, so she's just waiting there for her mom and dad to come back, and nothing. Mm-hmm. She gets that weird ectoplasm that was her mother coming back and saying, "He's not coming back for you.
Yo,
he
daddy
hates you."
dead.
No.
Yo, daddy dead.
He just went to get cigarettes. He's gonna get milk and he'll be back.
Girl, he got a whole family. He forgot about you, girl.
And that's what she said. She said that you have a half brother. He has another son, even though technically not by blood, just adopted, but still just awful. Absolutely awful and terrible.
I think that's even worse, that he took care of some rando kid and didn't take care of his actual biological daughter.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. That's just awful and terrible. And for that, Ilya, I did not know. I just assumed that you were another lolly that thought she was hot shit. And now I take back every bad thing I say. So I understand where it came from. So
It is
yeah.
one thing that you'll get with the Berserker classes. There always will be something tragic involving them, considering that you have to be batshit insane uh, to have a servant of that class. Like, insanity is literally a part of the whole deal. So last time we got
Scarface.
yeah, well, I want to say his name is Kaya. I may be completely wrong about that, but ReZero fans know what I'm talking about. But
Yeah.
we saw what happened with him and the worm infestation he had to adopt. What happened with his not his girl, but the woman he loved, and what happened with Sakura.
Mm-hmm.
Very tragic.
He gave her too big of a hug. A hug that was kind of wrapped a little too tight around her throat. It's just a little too hard.
Yeah, ease up a little. Ease up. Karya, that was his name. Karya. But yeah, we were seeing what happened with Elia, and kind of wild to think that her last she seen of her dad was them playing in the snow, and then off goes the Holy Grail War, and she never hears from her mom or dad ever again.
Yeah. He said, "I'll be back, sweetie, when this is all done." And then that was it.
Yeah.
Oh, how awful, how terrible. I get where the anger comes from now, especially why she wanted to see her brother so badly. Probably because she has some resentment towards him. You know, who is this person that took my dad away from me?
Yeah.
What makes him so great?
Yeah, I think that's the biggest issue with it, is the fact that Kiritsugu was still alive and at some point could have took care of Elia again. And, you know, because it's not like she wanted anything. She just wanted her dad. That's it. In fact, she never even really talks about her mom, because she expected her mom to die because of her duty being the vessel of the Holy Grail. So she doesn't really say anything about her mom because that was expected. And I don't think she would have gone crazy if Kiritsugu would have just straight up died. It's the fact that he lived and seemingly just abandoned her. That was the biggest issue of it. And
Never
her
even
learning
called.
that.
Never even phoned home.
Nope.
Never anything. It's almost like he just said, "Well, I guess I'm here now. Fuck Ilya," and all that.
Yeah, this is, I feel like, a weird part in Zero. And I only say Zero because it's not canon to the main, like, storyline of Fate. It's a prequel, but it's not written by the same person. So Zero is always the outlier when we're talking about any of these Fate routes and whatnot. So it feels weird that Kiritsugu, from what we've seen, was a loving father and husband, and then after the events of the Holy Grail War, we know that he was broken, but I don't think there was any excuse to just leave Ilya alone when he knew she was alive. Or maybe he thought she was dead when he did the whole thing where he killed Iris and Ilya in that dream sequence. Maybe, but we don't really get anything to indicate that. So
right, but to never even try to call or even attempt or even like look, I think that's the part that makes me kind of scratch my head and go, "Did you even really love her?" It's weird. I understand that, you know, her mother. The mother was a homunculus being of some sort, and she was basically half human, half that. But I don't know. You would think you created that. This is something, referencing a Father's Day. This is your pride and joy. This is your daughter.
mm-hmm.
Nothing. Not even a pen pal. Fucking pigeon carrier.
A poke on Facebook.
Right. Just add you on Facebook and then poke something like that. Nothing.
Hey, little Ilya.
Who's this? New phone. Who's this?
It's your daddy.
You're not my dad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tragic backstory and whatnot. The add-on to the whole thing, Ilya seeing all these other homunculi who are, they're pulling their whole identities and purpose into Ilya because their whole purpose is to prop her up and make sure she's like a proper vessel for the Holy Grail potentially. So, I think there's also, in the same way that Shiro has survivor guilt, Ilya also has survivor guilt, given that she's seeing all these people die around her for the sole intent of elevating her. So it gets to a point to where she closes off herself completely. We saw that initially she had a very cold relationship with her servant maids and didn't even want to really interact with them because she just felt like this is all formalities. All of this is supposed to happen. There's no real personal investment in any of you guys talking to me. Nobody really cares. So it's like all the people she's around are just robots, essentially. And then comes around, she summons Berserker, and she also sees him as another tool, another robot, somebody just follows her command. And then once she gets chased by the wolves and she sees that Berserker is saving her of his own volition, that's when she finally finds her first friend. And it's like, that's past Kiritsugu, that is the only real human interaction she gets, which is insane to think about because the person she's interacting with is a literal madman.
Yeah. Literal madman. Crazy person. Those two servants, I loved how they kind of like made the two servants. You had like the one that was more put together than the other one who was kind of, I don't know, she wasn't really good with her words and how she put together sentences. I made a joke to myself where I was like, most of her brains went to her boobs. That's why she can't talk that well.
Well, probably true. They get horny up in a mansion.
Yeah. Oh my god. I just got some dark thoughts.
Oh my god.
Kiritsugu over here making a homunculus. It gets lonely up in Russia.
Just add the boobs.
Add the boobs. Really? I mean, I don't care. Just add it.
Shouldn't we like put like a weapon on her arm or something instead of no? Big ass cheeks too.
Big boobs and big butts. These are important things that I need.
Add a beauty mark too. What does that have to do? Do it.
Oh, okay. Fuck. There you go.
Just puts it in like a Sharpie. Just
you hear the little. There you go.
Midnight says, to be fair to Kiritsugu, he couldn't go back to Ironsburn, set up a barrier to keep about. There's more information in the visual novel. Yeah. We are not privy to the visual novel.
Nope.
So, yeah.
Nothing about it.
Yeah, none of that information we have. Just watching anime. C may know more about it because I think he read the visual novel, but yeah.
Yeah, C is the fate stand. Pretty much, you ask him anything, he would know. But yeah, pretty much the whole episode was just that flashback. We see just the bond between Berserker and Ilya and how sweet it is. And then literally within seconds, Gilgamesh just breaking our hearts and their hearts. And something happened in this episode where I was completely like taken aback by it. Berserker dying. Yeah, that was shocking too. But Gilgamesh slices Ilya's face like right across without any hesitation, and then just murders her.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like I remember sitting there watching it, and I even said to myself out loud, "Holy shit!" I was not expect. I mean, I figured something would happen to her, but he just without hesitating, just shoot, stab, and then rips out her beating heart. God damn.
Mortal Kombat fatality.
Seriously, but I feel like this. I don't know if it's me or maybe just the way the anime portrayed it. This version of Gilgamesh is way stronger than in Zero, because I feel like in Zero when he was also taking on Berserker, it took him forever just to even like hurt him. You know what I mean? But this Berserker, who I thought was way stronger as Hercules, like nothing, just took him down repeatedly.
I think their strength, I feel like the strength is portrayed the same because, in my opinion, the vibe I got from Zero was really that nobody could really mess with Gilgamesh, and that's kind of the same vibes I have here. So I don't think there's a disparity in their strength, but we talked about this before. There's definitely a disparity in their personalities.
For sure.
Yeah, the thing that you can use to describe Gilgamesh is his pride and arrogance. And Zero, I think, being objective about it, if you want to go for accuracy's sake, they didn't get Gilgamesh's personality too accurate because they got the skeleton of him being arrogant right. But the Gilgamesh in Zero is arrogant to the point where he's like whipping out his dick to show you how big it is. This Gilgamesh seems a lot more self-assured. He knows he's the best. It doesn't really have to tell you he's the best. He kind of just shows you. The other Gilgamesh has to wear all the gold and shiny shit, and
he has to say, this sword came from da-da-da. This wine is the best wine. This armor is the best. Right. He was all about that stuff. But when it came to this guy, he doesn't have to show you that. Well, he shows you in different ways. He doesn't tell you it, he shows you, I guess is a better way of putting it.
Yeah. Yeah, even when he talks his shit, it's not as Shakespearean as the other Gilgamesh was, where he used to talk like, How dare you try to stand up with the gods with me? Like he's not talking like that. He's kind of like,
you filthy mongrel.
You're not on my level. You're trash. So that is actually a weird thing going back to Stay Night. Because I don't think I felt like this the first time I watched Zero and then Stay Night. Because how I watched Fate Zero, or how I watched Fate in general, was I watched the Studio Dean version of Stay Night first. So the 2006 Stay Night. Then I watched Zero, and then I watched Unlimited Blade Works. Wow. So my experience with Gilgamesh was the first time around, this guy's an asshole. This guy's an asshole. This guy's an asshole. I thought he was like the worst version of Gilgamesh was in this version. And now looking back at it, I'm like, Studio Dean's is probably the worst version of Gilgamesh. And this is probably the best version of Gilgamesh.
I mean, I gotta give him credit where credit's due. He killed the annoying lolly, so I mean, I think I like him better by default.
No thanks to Shiro.
Oh my God, Shiro! You have it right here. Shiro is a fucking idiot.
I always gotta sneak this someone in my nose. For people who are not looking at the notes, obviously, I put at the end, Shiro heroically protects Ilya's corpse.
It's so true. But yes, that is exactly what happened. You bastard!
I was like, where was this? Where's this? 5 seconds ago, like before he stopped their eyes. If you're going to do that, just do it before he fatally wounds her. But
Right. And to be fair, Rian was the one that held him back to save his own dumbass life. But, he struggled and he squirmed and he finally broke free of Ren. You bastard! I'm so glad you mustered up the strength to say that before you died.
Yeah, Gilgamesh was like, I don't think he even looked at him when he shot his sword at him. He just went.
Right. No, didn't even acknowledge him. Just like a filthy, just boom.
Yeah.
Oh.
And, quick thinking by Rin saved their asses because she threatened Shinji, who comes onto the scene and does his pompous Shinji thing. He almost died twice in this episode without being involved at all. He didn't have to be involved in both instances and still almost died. He goes, Gilgamesh does his thing versus Berserker, takes one of his lives, and he, thinking that it's over, walks up to Berserker. This guy isn't that tough at all. And then Berserker just... oh, shit.
Gilgamesh is like, it's not quite over yet. Yeah. Get back.
I'm sorry. Maybe I'm just a pussy. But if I see this big hulking thing, unless it is cut into a trillion pieces, I'm not walking up to it. If it's standing upright.
Believe you me, I'm right there with you. I'm not stepping foot in its vicinity until I know it's fucking vapors. I'm not touching it.
At least ask Gilgamesh if he's dead or something, because one swat just and you're
Is he dead? Please tell me. Yeah, absolutely. But heck, even Berserker himself withstood the 12th labor. He even came back just for a split second, and Gilgamesh even had to give him a little praise. He's like, you even surpassed your own legend.
The 13th labor in this instance, because he gets I forgot the name of it specifically, but he ties him up with the chains, which we saw was so powerful that not even a command seal could get him in a pocket of Elia, and he fucking breaks through that and is nearly kills Gilgamesh. Because for all as strong as Gilgamesh is, he still has a humanoid body. So if you lob his head off, if you get the up of him or anything like that, he's dead.
Yeah,
he's not coming back.
That's like his big weakness in this form. The other one, maybe he had armor and maybe he could have some type of barrier. But because he is humanoid, yeah, absolutely. You get a good striking. Hell, get a good sniping shot on him when he's not looking. Just from 500 yards down, you get him. History.
Yeah, but of course that doesn't happen. He dies before he can deal the final blow. But that is about as close as we've seen somebody touch Gilgamesh, like actually hurt him, and put him down for good. Because as valiant as the Rider thing was in Zero, because he did a similar thing, very similar. He still wasn't close. Like he was close to literally reaching him, but he wasn't going to do anything. Honestly,
no.
Gilgamesh was only really entertaining him because he personally liked Rider and respected him as a king. But if he wasn't playing with him, Gilgamesh would have ended that fight fairly quickly. Berserker?
Oh, for sure.
He wasn't playing with Berserker. Now, I'm not saying he went all out immediately, but he was trying. He was trying.
Yeah, he didn't hold anything back against him. Just launching all his fucking swords.
Yeah. And that's a detail. His inventory being his noble phantasm is a detail that's going to be important later, because when we are looking at weakness for Gilgamesh, it seems like there's nothing that can be a weakness for him, because he has these portals where he can shoot not just swords or spears or anything. It's literally the inventory of stuff he's collected as Gilgamesh as the king of kings, a person who once owned almost everything that was to own on Earth. So because he has that in his arsenal, it's hard to beat him. But they specifically say it's his inventory that's his noble phantasm. So if you were to cut off his inventory of weapons, then therein lies the chink in his armor.
Yeah. Yeah, he's just a regular person at that point.
Just guy. Just a
He's
just a Best Buy guy. Just a Best Buy worker.
Oh, hi. You need help finding anything? Okay, just let me know.
I am the mighty Gilgamesh. I will never do mundane work.
You will now. Your fucking your fucking phantasm is gone now. What are you gonna do? Stab me? Yeah, that's what I thought. Get your ass to work. They need a Gilgamesh in real life.
Getting praise from the king is unmatched. Berserker did his thing. Sad to see though, because now what do we have? We have all the surface is still there except for Rider and Berserker. So but now like there's this, we still have this weird thing where we don't know the master for Lancer.
No. Still don't.
Yeah, so it's still some mystery there. I don't know if you have any theories regarding that, but that is kind of odd.
Don't. The only thing I could possibly think of, and I'm still going off of the fact of just, I don't know, little things here and there. Maybe Sakura. Just because we have not seen her and for so long, she had that kind of weird spell where she wasn't seen for a long time without any kind of explanation. So my hypothesis would be her, because she looks like an important character and she's got that lineage of summoning servants and stuff. So
okay,
that's my guess.
One thing we do know, because
still have.
They keep giving us like bits and wait. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, you were like lagging a little bit. Okay, I think you're good now.
I'm sorry.
One thing they told us was that Lancer's master wanted them to work with Rin and Shiro, so there's something weird going on there. It seems like whoever is Lancer's master is manipulating a lot of what's going on right now, and them being callous and staying in the shadows is probably going to be something that leads to a bigger event later on. But we got Lancer versus Archer brewing up because Lancer decides he wants to help, and I can't lie, this was the episode where we learned that Lancer is kind of a bro.
Yeah, he is.
It's just...
Am I coming through?
Yeah, you're good.
Oh, that's weird. I keep showing that it's like a weak signal for some reason.
It's like...
I'm still good?
Your audio's good. It's your video is laggy at times. Right now it's good, though.
Weird. Okay, well, I'll just continue as normal until I actually robot. But yeah, he's a real bro. He came up to Rin and Shiro and was like, I extend my hand in friendship.
Yep.
Let's get Caster. Let's get Archer. Let's do all this shit. I was like, oh, all right. I wonder what's going to happen now.
And she was like, aren't you the guy that tried to kill me twice? And he's like, I had my orders. I actually kind of like you. That's basically what he said. It's like, I like you, kid. You're stubborn. You're idealistic. And then he praised Rin too. I think he said, I think what he said about Shiro specifically was that he wished he had a female master like Shiro, basically. So
Yeah. And freaking Shiro self-proclaimed his love for Rin, saying, "Keep your hands off my girl."
Yeah. He was like,
And,
yeah, you can help us,
and
but you can't help yourself, Doreen.
I just love that too, because he didn't even try to like deny it or anything. Because Rin was like, "What? What are you saying? People are gonna think that we're an item. Why aren't you denying it?"
This would be
And
like so great if like I didn't even remember Shiro being this, I don't know, being like
dumb,
this. No, like this upfront about the
dense.
romance stuff.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I don't know why I remember. It's probably because of the first Fate stay night that messed up my head. But I thought he was a lot more. I don't know. A lot more dense about it. But he kind of just very straightforward about it. And then Reen is the one that's holding everything back with the Tsundere gimmick.
Yeah. Yeah, that was pretty funny. I just love that whole interaction. Just the stop. If you say stuff like that, people will think that we're an item. It's like, and Shiro doesn't even deny it. I mean, he did kind of confess the last 2 episodes.
Yeah.
He basically just said, "I've been watching you from afar, and you know what, girl? What that thing do?
Them knee socks, girl. I love it.
Those knee socks drive me wild. I
You
tell
got
you
me
what."
bricked up, girl. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I am so hard. I'm
You
harder than C Tactics after he sees Vitalina.
You make meat long and hard.
Yep. Because we know the hardest item in the whole universe is C after watching Vladilina.
Mm-hmm.
That is some hard stuff for you.
Sigma male mindset. Big W for Shiro. Yeah. Good on him. He just has to get Reen out of the whole Tsunade thing. But I mean, it is a war going on, so maybe this isn't the time for the high school stuff. To be honest, but there will be time after things settle down a little. But yeah, Lancer, just a bro. He seems to respect the types that are noble, which if we learn one thing about the show, it's the good people that die quick.
Yeah. Noble people seem to they get shafted for sure. Fucking Lancer from Zero was honorable as honorable could be, and then just dies the way that he does, and he goes, "I will remember this, you motherfuckers."
Yeah, his death is very, very haunting.
Yeah, such a shame.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, that's essentially it's basically setting up what's gonna happen with Castor and all them. What we get after that was Archer basically talking to Mr. Kuzaki for quite a while.
Finally. Because he's asking the questions that we were asking as far as, what are you doing this for? And in a very roundabout, wordy explanation, he basically says, I ain't got no sense of morality. I don't know what's right or wrong. I'm kind of just living in the present. And he just, I mean, he said his wish was to help fulfill Cass's wish, but there's not really much to him as far as like this strong motivation to do anything. Like you could just see it in his eyes. He's not very passionate about the things he's doing. Now he stands on business, but there's not really any fire behind him. He's like, I don't know what's right. I know, like, inherently that killing people is probably not the right thing and saving people is probably the right thing, but I don't really know for sure. So, Castor killing all these people doesn't really mean anything to him because that concept of morality isn't the same as far as normal people and him. He's just literally built different.
Yeah. Yeah. It's going to be interesting just to see this final battle. It's crazy to think that we're coming close to the end. It seems like that's the way it's kind of setting up and everything, but we've got like a lot of episodes left. Makes me wonder how long these fights are, or if it's going to continue later on. Who knows?
Yeah.
Because, yeah, I'm excited. I'm looking forward to seeing what happens at the end. It's going to be a magical time.
So, what did you think of the very last scene that we got with Rin and Shiro talking about the pendant? What were your thoughts on that?
Where she said that there was only one of them?
Yep.
Usually, whenever people say there's only one of something, there never usually is. So maybe there's another one, or maybe the fact that she used it on him, there's like a deeper meaning to it. I don't know. I didn't.
Well, here's the reason why there's only one. She created it.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, she said it was passed down or whatever. Okay. Well, it definitely shows, especially because she used that to save his life, right?
Yeah. So
Yeah. So that says a lot.
This is what makes the whole thing weird. She got that pendant back from Archer because we saw it in that episode, but we also saw that Shiro held on to that pendant and had it as like a keepsake. And when he goes to Rin's house, he sees that pendant. So for whatever reason, there's two.
Right. Okay. That's what I thought. I don't know. I don't know why there's more than one. Definitely has something to do with. I don't know. It has something to do with something. That's all I know.
It will come to you. It will come to you.
Okay.
But I think that's about it to talk about with Fate. These two episodes are pretty great. I think I enjoy episode 15 the most, even though they killed my. Should I add Elia to the family tree? I can't be her father. I could be her uncle though.
Okay, yeah, be the cool uncle. Does that mean she's also related to Tanjiro, since he's your nephew?
Yeah, they could. Right. Tanjiro would definitely hang out with Elia.
Oh yeah, for sure. They'd be the best of friends.
They can have tea and I don't know, play with dead-eye homunculi girls. It'd be a good time.
Yeah, that would be fantastic.
But closing that up, it is time to talk about KonoSuba episode 10.
KonoSuba!
KonoSuba.
Wow. Wow, we will. We got a lot of interesting stuff this episode. A lot of coolness. It's crazy to think that after this, there's one more episode, then it's over for the season. Which I'm just like, how did that happen? It went by super quick.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. First of all, basically Kazuma is pouting, sitting in his room, going, "No, I don't want to help Darkness. She can go ahead and get on her hands and knees and beg me before I help her." And Megumin's just like, "I can't believe you." And she even was saying something about how she flat out said this, loves Kazuma. It's like, I can't believe the person I love is doing this. And then Kazuma's just like, "You're not going to get me to do anything just by saying that." I love Kazuma. He's just so nonchalant. He's like, "Look, you're not going to get me to do this. I am not budging on this, no matter what you say."
I'll tell you this though, they're definitely trying to ease us into that. if there are any people that are adverse to Megumin and Kazuma, me, be prepared because they are definitely trying to do something with that. There's been too many. It's been at this point with this season, especially because I think this is like the third time they've done some shipping thing with her and Kazuma.
Yeah, for sure.
They are definitely trying to move in a more romantic light rather than just keeping it, the usual like sexual deviant joke stuff. Like this isn't what it was in season 1 or 2.
Mm-hmm.
They're
definitely not.
Yeah, they're trying to transition to a more romantic thing. And that's what they've been doing with Darkness and Kazuma this season as well. But we'll see where that goes, I guess.
Yeah, especially with how this episode ended. But before we even get to that, Aqua tries to lure Darkness out with parlor tricks. My god, she is so great at her damn parlor tricks.
If fairness to Aqua, I probably would have looked outside the window to see what the fuck she was doing. Especially if there's a whole crowd outside, I'd have been like, what the fuck is she doing though?
For my next trick, I will make water squirt from my fans.
Really? That was jumping ahead, of course, but when Kazuma crashes the wedding, to me, the funniest part of that was Aqua in the background cheering with the fans squirting. That was the funniest part to me. Because I'm like, because at this point, it's super serious. Cosmo's having this inner monologue. They change the music, and he takes Darkness's hand, and then you just see Aqua, go, 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 go.
She's a fucking cheerleader.
Aqua has some good. She has some good moments in this episode, but we spent a first half of it just trying to get Darkness out and get her to come to us, essentially. And everybody had their different things. Megumin was really trying hard. I guess that should be the next point, because she was really on Kazuma's head specifically about not trying to bring back Darkness. But we already know as the audience that he tried very hard, and Darkness just wasn't playing ball. So
yeah.
And even beyond that, Cosmo was still trying to think of a way, but he just couldn't do it, given that he had no political backing. Because, you can crash the wedding or whatever, and her family's still going to be in debt, and that's just going to cause more issues later down the line. So it was a situation to handle with tact, which not only did they need tact, the means, but they needed the financial backing, which we later get. But that conversation with Megumin and Cosmo was like the serious point in it.
For sure. In the same sentence and in the same kind of like instance, Megumin threatens to blow up the fucking wedding.
If it works, it works. Can't be a wedding if there's no people.
I just love how the butler kind of nonchalantly just goes, "The letter, sir. Here, look at this." And then Cosmo reads it. Megumin! Oh yes, that is some funny shit.
Yeah.
But what I wasn't expecting in this episode was how much screen time we were going to get from Mr. I think you pronounce it Vanir, or Vanir. He basically came and was just like, "I'm a goddamn devil. I'm a demon. And here's some things I want you to use to help me. Help me, help you, help me," kind of thing. Oh, was it already established that he was I knew he was a very eccentric kind of person. He was very weird and just very different. But did we know that he was a demon?
No,
I
yeah,
don't think we did.
he's one of the whatchamacallits. He's one of the what demon? No, not a demon lord. What is his title? Like he's one of the I want to say like demon knight, but I know that's not the right title. Let me look it up.
Mm-hmm. Lightning Eagle, welcome in, and also Light Ruler, welcome in as well.
What is going on? What is it
Kazuma got
called?
scammed by him. That's what Light Ruler just said. He got scammed.
Devil King General. Yeah.
Did he get scammed though? We
Wait.
don't know if he used that weapon or not.
Wait, what are we talking about?
Light Ruler said that Kazuma got scammed by him.
Oh, with the deal? I mean, here's the thing. Here's the thing that I found funny about it. Kazuma rather make Kazuma is resorted to making a deal with a demon, which makes it makes you think like the demon's deal is probably a better deal than what the fuck happened with old Al Derpy. Cause that was a finesse what he did to them.
Oh, absolutely.
Where he's basically not taking care of the patrons on his land. They go to the Dustiness family and they provide them with stuff, and then they take care of the flood stuff, which we'll get into that too. And then after that, they're broke, and then they go to him for money, but it was him that he's part of the reason why they're broke in the first place. So that's a scam.
Right. For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. I mean, sometimes when desperate times, it calls for desperate measures. I mean, sure, it helps the demon, but then you get your friend back. I mean, kind of look at it that way.
We don't know what exactly Kazuma gave up because he said the ideas that he gave him, but I'm pretty sure, given how that scene was framed, there was more to it that we'll find out later. What? It'll be interesting if Kazuma couldn't come back to life because of a deal with him. I don't know how that would work exactly, but
he gave up his ReZero power.
Yeah. Or it may be a point in the story where he has to help him in some way. Maybe like get his, restore his position or something. I don't know. But I feel like that's something that's going to come back. Considering the whole flooding thing and the other thing they ended up doing that cost them money came back. I feel like this is going to be another point of the story where it's going to be a bigger point to talk about, and it'll be revealed what exactly Kazuma gave up to save Darkness, or get the means to save Darkness.
Yep. Last episode on Wednesday. Be there.
Yeah.
For sure. But can we talk about the fact that the reason Darkness is even marrying this guy is because of their fault?
Yeah.
The damage that was done by Kazuma and all his parties involved. My bad. That's the reason why she's getting married.
Whoopsie.
Sorry for all that flooding and damage and loss of wealth. Put that on my IOU.
So they for sure are chaotic, and I'm kind of glad that that's being addressed, and Kazuma felt guilt about that, and they had to pay for it. But I feel like the story isn't punishing the Dustiness family enough, or at least the story isn't focusing on their culpability with them losing all their wealth. Because to me, I'm thinking to myself, I understand you want to be the noble people and protect everybody on the land, but to go as far as to give up almost all your wealth to make sure people who aren't even on your land are provided for, that's just foolish.
Yeah.
Now,
I
they
agree.
said specifically the flood was the thing that cost the majority of the money, but that whole thing where they're helping out Aldirt's people was another part of why they ended up broke. The rich stay rich sometimes by hoarding their money, and they should have been a little stingy in that situation. I'm not saying like it was a bad thing, like, because in terms of just being like a human, they did the right thing, but they're broke because they're too nice. That's the whole
They
point.
are nobles. They are noble, Satsuki.
They are
very noble.
But other nobles aren't noble, and that's the problem. That's why they got scammed.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Such a shame. But it seems like Kazuma and crew have a plan. Because we see the wedding and everything seems to be going right as rain, but we know this is KonoSuba. Nothing is always as what it seems. Because who is the priest? A special priest that marries off people and is great at what she does? I could tell who it was the second she opened her mouth. It was Aqua.
And what a priest she was. She's like, you sure you want to marry this old, fat, ugly, stinky piece of shit? And then he's
decrepit.
This is how he started, because when Darkness walks in a wedding dress, he probably had the same reaction as Lightning Eagle in the chat. He's just like, he's holding on his belly. He's like, ooh, ooh. And then, you know, she settles next to him, or she right in front of him, and he's just like, and then he's hearing the priestess, and she's like, will you take this old, dirty, dusty, ugly, rotten teeth, no good, dirty bastard? He's just like,
yeah. He was enjoying it at first, but then kind of went, wait a minute. I think she's insulting me.
I brushed my teeth today, bitch. I don't have dirty teeth. The other stuff may be a little, but hey.
I may need another bath, but I'm everything else. I'm great.
Yeah, this is like the slow realization that everybody's like laughing at it too. And we said this. We talked about how the entertainment thing from Aqua was a very useful skill, because we saw what happened with Kazuma. So it came back in this instance where she's able to impersonate a priestess. So that's probably going to be a skill going forward that is super useful. But right here is where we got it back. Which they all have like these overpowered abilities, which we may not think of it initially as overpowered, but Kazuma has his signature steel, which we've seen that be overpowered. Yeah, we've seen him literally take a legendary sword from somebody. Darkness has her decoy, that's what it's called, decoy, which is very useful as well. Megamine is Megamine, explosion magic, we know about that. And Aqua now has a variety of things, because now she has this entertainment thing, and she also has
blessing.
Her blessing and enhancement magic, and then of course she can revive people from the dead. I mean, this is something that we should have expected from a goddess, but I mean, it's kind of cool to see everybody grow into better mages and adventurers.
Yeah, Aqua's finally living up to her potential. Finally, you know, she was already maxed out the second she got her stat sheet, but she had no room for growth, except, you know, because she wasn't all that smart. But I feel like, especially this season, she has gotten, which is kind of weird to say, because most of the season she was a drunk, but when she does stuff, it's some of the best stuff that's happened this season in particular, like with as you said, like with the the entertainment magic and all that other kind of stuff. I feel like, yeah, she's come through big this season. Even when she didn't know it was Kazuma and Chris when they were stealing that artifact.
Yeah, I forgot about that. She immediately killed him.
Right, she fucking went after them and actually did a good job.
I forgot about that.
Like, holy.
Varnir was.
Yeah. Didn't even. But he resurrected himself back to life. But yeah, Aqua was just not having it. Yeah, she's done very good this season. Yeah. I give her credit where credit's due. Because every other season, she's been funny and she's been her drunken self. But that's about it.
Yeah, this has been pretty good for Aqua, but we got a little bit of darkness in this episode. She's the focal point, but she wasn't necessarily. We weren't focused on her perspective until we got her, about to go to the altar and whatnot, and
yeah.
We talked about how these other like servants and maids would know about darkness being freaky, and that her saying, "Oh no, that was Cosmo," wasn't going to work. Well, yeah,
it certainly did, because one of the guards was just like, "Please don't get freaky right now. Just wait till after the wedding." and she's just like, "Damn that Cosmo! No one's ever gonna believe me now."
Yep. That reputation is pretty much set.
I mean, even though Cosima did say those things, that is who she is deep down. She a freak.
She's just not that kind of freak.
Right. She's not. She's not one to be using toys in the middle of the night kind of freak. She just likes getting pelted with vegetables. That's her kind of freak.
Yeah. See, I'm not mad that you reveal I have a fetish. I'm mad because you didn't get my fetishes right. You know what I mean?
Yeah. At least get it right. I like being put down and abused verbally.
I don't like to get pissed on. I like to get spit on. What the fuck?
There's a difference.
Yeah. Come on.
Get it right.
Aqua can even legit destroy ions from Overlord, so don't underestimate her. Which is funny because Aqua had decent moments, but she doesn't normally stay only positive. She's a freak. Let them. But yeah, it'll be interesting what happens in the next episode, because given what happened, I don't think Darkness is going to be too receiving of Kazuma's help, because she's going to want to know how he got the money and all of that stuff. She's going to be grateful, obviously, because she didn't want to marry this guy, but there's definitely going to be questions and concerns going forward as far as how he got the money and the ramifications of what's going to happen, because unless they destroy Alderp socially and, like, I don't know, put his crimes to light, like him peeping on the women in the bath, unless they do something like that, he's going to go after them, and then it's going to hurt the party. I feel like what may end up happening is he's going to use Varnir, who has like this all-seeing. He literally has a crystal ball, so he may be able to expose him like that. I don't know if he'll do it personally, but I feel like that has to be in the plan, because you can't just stop at saving Darkness. You also had to eliminate the problem, which is him.
Yeah, I have a feeling even if they get the money, even though they're able to pay it back, Alderp will stomp his feet and he'll go, no. I want to marry Darkness. No, I don't care what money you have. I want her. And then all of a sudden when that happens, somebody's going to make him look like a fool, like you said, whether it be through revealing, or maybe Kazuma does a steal and then steals something of him. I don't know. Aqua makes him piss himself. I don't know. Just something's gonna happen to this guy because he's setting himself. He's already a jerk and just this evil character. So they're definitely gonna do something with him. I just don't know what. But I'm calling it right now. Even if they have the money to pay him back, he's gonna go. No, I want darkness.
Oh, yeah,
I want
for sure.
this.
He doesn't care about the money.
No. But a twist would be, here's your money. Oh, cool. I don't have to marry you anymore later.
I was gay anyway.
That's right. It just turns into one of those. I was just doing this for the money.
It's heartbeat.
Oh my god. Yeah, that would be a twist. And then Darkness just gets offended. Doesn't even get offended. She just like starts doing that stuff that she does. She's like, "You were only gonna marry me, even though you didn't like me sexually."
He's like, yeah. Also think you're ugly.
You understand? I don't like you. I can't win.
I think we got to stop moaning on the podcast. We got to save that for the Patreon.
Oh, you gotta save it for more moans.
You got to put it behind the paywall. Can't get this stuff for free. Can't get this level of freakiness for free.
Pay for moans. Got it.
That's my motto. But this was a good episode.
It was. I'm sad to see it go so quick. I hope after this ends on Wednesday, we hear something about season 4 confirmed or something, because I love KonoSuba and I want to see it to the end. I've been with it for so long. I have to see how it ends. If it does end, I don't know. Is it based off a visual novel or something, or a light novel?
Light novel. Mm-hmm.
Is it still going?
I'm not sure. I'm
not either. I'm sure the guy that comments very detailed messages of KonoSuba will let us know.
There's a guy who comments very detailed messages of KonoSuba?
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm sure he's going to be happy to know that we've been reading his stuff.
I don't read any of KOA comments, to be honest.
Okay, it's just me, guys. It's just me. It's every once in a while, Sasuke.
Yeah, I mean, you'll know if I read it, because either I'm gonna like heart it or I'm gonna comment and then put Sasuke --Sasuke. But that is it for KonoSuba episode 10. One more episode left, and that will be it for KonoSuba for we don't know how long. I mean, it was a gap of,
wasn't it
7 years, I believe?
7 or 6 years.
Yeah, from 2017 to 2024.
Yeah, because there was that movie.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
There was that movie, but then there was also Megumin spinoff, which was fun looking back on it. But this is definitely KonoSuba at its best, is when it's all the 4 characters.
All right. Let's talk about some demons, or the Slayer of Demons. Demon Slayer.
We got some demons.
Oh, I know what you're referring to. Ellie, close your ears. We're gonna probably talk bad about the character that you might like, I think.
Really? He likes him?
I think. Pretty sure.
Well, let's go ahead and just say it. Zenitsu's a piece of shit, and he was in this episode just being his normal self, screaming at the top of his lungs, saying that he can't do it, and that everything's horrible, everything's hard, everything's tough. Oh, yeah, I cannot stand this guy. It's a shame, too, because I really like Demon Slayer, but whenever we get this character, it just totally takes me out of it, for sure, and he's a main 3. That's what's even worse. If he was like a side character, I'd maybe, kind of like Yuri from Spy Family, where he's there, but he's kind of like not really been there all that much, even though I did hate the episode focus Yuri episode. Oh, I hated that. But you can always skip that. But when it comes to Zenitsu, oh, he's there. He's helping people fight. Oh, he's hugging rocks and shit. I'm sorry, Ellie, if you like Zenitsu, but I do not care for the man.
Well, now you're gonna have a legion of his fans that will cut your head off.
Oh no! Oh. No, I'm not a demon.
No, it'd be quick though. It'd be quick.
Okay.
Lightning.
Well, thank God. Lightning quick, like Zenitsu.
Mm-hmm.
When he's asleep, he's the best. Yeah, exactly.
And
Inosuke is better.
And he's not
Yeah,
talking.
Yeah, exactly. And we got Inosuke back this episode.
Yep, training under the waterfall like a proper shonen guy, good guy.
Yeah. And what was that prayer they were saying? Ubu dabu, ubu dabu, ubu dabu. I don't remember either. But they were like, "Oh, it helps you get through everything." Ubu dabu, ubu dabu. One part, okay, there is one part I will admit that was fucking hilarious, and it did include Zenitsu. Is when both Tanjiro and him were underneath it, and then you see Zenitsu falling and then just drowning the next second underneath the waterfall, and then he saves him. That was funny. I'll at least admit that was funny, just because it's, Zenitsu almost died.
I was gonna say you only found it funny because he almost died. That scene.
Yeah, it was hilarious. It was hilarious.
So
Death becomes him.
Yeah, we're trading under Gyomei and the Stone Hashira, and his training is a lot more intense than some of the stuff that we've seen before. I mean, I guess you could say on a technicality that what's his name? Iguro's training was more intense just because it involved Tanjiro having to literally navigate his sword around all these other people where he could have like hurt them, but he was using a wooden sword at first, I think.
Yeah, he was.
But this training is just, it is laboring. You got people going through the cold river, literally sitting on the waterfall, which I know anime makes it seem like it can make it seem tough, but I don't think you'll properly understand how not good that would be until you think about just, I don't know, think about getting hit with a strong water hose or something. Or like water from a fire hydrant. All that pressure coming down on your head will probably give you a concussion immediately.
It's like, so, Tanjiro, how are you? I'm going to fight some demons. I'm going to fight demons for my sister.
I'm good.
Just shaking. I'm fantastic.
And then you got hypothermia because the water is so cold. So
yeah, they have to hug rocks in order to get warm.
Yeah, this is not training for normal people, to say the least.
No, they even had to push a rock. I was absolutely taken aback with that. I was like, oh, Goku did this when he was a kid. He pushed a rock, and he was able to do it. Because first Master Roshi was just like, you idiot, you can't push the rock until you can properly train. And he did it right away. Because Master Roshi, I think he was like trying to show him how to do it, and he pushed it like 2 inches. And then that's when Goku did it. But then he's like, no, anyone can push that rock. You gotta push that rock. And it's like a fucking mountain. And he's just like, it won't move, but can you do it?
Boy, of course I could.
Yeah, of course. And then he looks at it for like a while. And then he just goes, well, let's get to training. And then they just fucking fall. Yeah, that was great. But yeah, they had to push some boulders.
Yeah. This episode felt like it was less stretching than the other episodes did. I feel like it was less of added content. But there was one thing that I liked. And it was when those 3 demon slayers quit and they're like, "Yo, we can't keep up with you, man. Like, you're the main character. We're not the main characters." Do you see the did you see the work they put in our designs? We're not meant to last at a
We all
time.
have we all have same colored hair.
Yeah.
We look pretty much the same. Look, we're both similar, just maybe different noses and chin structure. No way.
Like we already know what the creators want, and it's not us. Let's just leave. And then Tanjiro being Tanjiro, I can't lie. I may have messed up making Tanjiro my nephew. I should have made him my son, honestly, because
Aww.
this kid is just adorable. They called him mom in this episode.
Oh, that's right. They did because he knew how to cook and he made rice. What is it called? Inogiri, whatever it's called.
Onigiri.
Yeah, onigiri. Yeah, he made some like first he made like the little triangle ones, which are always good. Then he made some with soy sauce braised. Never had those, but they look. This episode, I don't know if I was just hungry when I was watching it, but they had a lot of really tasty things. I was like, that looks really good. Then when they were eating the fish, yeah, Inosuke ate it bone and all, but still, I was like, I can go for some fish. Yeah, I will admit that, Mr. Midnight Lord 21. Inosuke was based because he ate a fish with all the bones and didn't choke on them.
I mean, that's a feat that I know one demon can achieve. Or half demon, I should say. Or quarter demon? Quarter demon. Yasahime reference. Yeah, Yasahime reference.
Okay,
Ohara.
I thought that's what you were doing. Yeah, she could eat those bones and then choke on pancakes. Eats fish, no problem. Pancake? Oh no, I'm gonna die. And then she died, never to be seen again. She never even saw her father.
Imagine her trying to Popeye's biscuit. Like immediate death.
Oh man, this smells good. Nice and buttery. I'm sorry, what? Is it good? I said I need water.
To this day, those biscuits still give me issues. I just have to eat it like piece by piece. I'm just like,
do they make you choke?
I gotta eat it slow like that, because otherwise, because you could, of course, have your drink after you eat the biscuit, but it feels so weird going down when you're already like, it's like a wedge in your throat, and then you're trying to like, hey, get down. Then it's like,
I hate that feeling so much.
Yeah,
that is the worst. That is the worst kind of feeling.
Good pancakes though, or good biscuits.
Do they have pancakes?
I would be concerned if they did.
Well, it would probably do well because they have chicken, so you could have like chicken and waffles or pancakes or something. I bet that'd be really good.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't know if this is blasphemy.
Oh, here it comes, everybody! Get ready for those tomatoes.
I don't like that combination. Chicken and waffle.
You stink!
Sasuke, no!
I don't like that combination. I've never.
You don't like chicken and waffles?
It's not that I haven't even never tried it. I just don't even like the thought of it. I'm not. Okay, so let me tell you how much of a picky eater I am.
Okay, let's hear it.
I don't even like when certain foods touch each other. Now,
Really?
Now, if it's like mashed potatoes and corn, for example, or like mashed potatoes, I'm generally good with it touching anything because it's good. But the combination of chicken and waffle doesn't sit right. Brain.
Oh. So you don't like it when food touches each other? Certain foods, anyway.
Certain food.
Okay. Wow. Wow, that's.
I don't know if I'm going to get assassinated for saying that.
I hope not, but I wouldn't go outside for a while.
Yeah. What? Oh, what is that red beam doing on my forehead? Oh.
That's a red light over there. But freaking yeah, I love chicken and waffles. I thought the same thing as you, but this was a long time ago. I was like, chicken and waffles, is that any good? You haven't ever tried it? No, you should have some. And it's just the savory and sweet. It's just I don't have it often, but boy, is it really good. And I can't remember the last time I had it, but yeah, it was pretty good last time I had it. We had some chicken tenders and little waffles, so that was fun. That was delicious. I might have to get some sometime this week, maybe.
Midnight said, high class Satsuki strikes again. I literally ate Red Baron pizza yesterday. I am not high class. I eat frozen foods on a daily.
Oh, hello there. I am here with the high class Baron pizza. What did you have on the Baron pizza? Oh, no, we got, okay, better.
Caviar. What's a foolish question?
Yeah, you had caviar on the pizza?
Yes. And the little green stuff that is probably expensive as fuck. I don't know what it's called. But it costs a lot. But it costs a lot.
Oh, okay. Well, as long as it's expensive, that's all we need.
Yeah, we don't care how it tastes as long as it costs like thousands of dollars.
It tastes like absolute shit, but it was expensive all the same.
5 stars.
Oh my goodness.
I forgot what show we were talking about.
we were talking about Demon Slayer. Then we talked about
chicken and waffles.
We talked about Inuyasha, and then choking and Popeye's chicken waffles. Yeah, I think that's
Okay, so
now we're back on it.
So I mean, it was really just a boulder training because Genya tells Tanjiro that he has to dredge up those passionate feelings, and he thought about his family first and foremost, and then he thought about Rengoku's words, set your heart ablaze, and that was
That's a great quote.
Yeah. And that was the spark plug to get him cooking as far as moving a boulder. And Genya also noted that the mark on his forehead was looking darker, so I guess that's a sign of his progression as well.
Yeah, and it looked like it changed shapes too. Like if he wanted to go into maximum overdrive, it was like and then it just changed. It's like, okay, that's how it works. He's the only one to get the mark, it seems like. Well, that's not true. There was a couple others that got their mark. Like we saw oh my god, Mitsuyuri, she got her mark back when she was fighting last season. But I can't. Who else got their mark? Wasn't there someone else? Didn't Genya get a mark or something? I can't remember. No. I know last season there was people that randomly got marks on their body.
No, I don't think it was Genya, because Genya just turned into a demon, like demon hybrid thing. God, there was one more thing I wanted to mention. Or no, 2 things, I think. They mentioned that Gyomei is the strongest demon slayer, or at least that's what Inosuke thought. What do you think? I know we haven't really seen anything from him, but what do you think about that assessment?
He moved a rock like it was fucking nothing. I mean, that's pretty strong. Like he was just walking through crying, going, I'm moving this fucking bitch. Just moving it. I'd say that's pretty strong. The strongest? I don't know. It kind of goes back to the power ranking in Demon Slayer. It's kind of weird. I mean, you could look at Rengoku when he was alive and say he was probably the fucking strongest if he didn't die. But, sure, why not? I'll say he's the strongest just because he can push a giant-ass boulder.
I mean, yeah, it's probably not a bad assessment. I think another like strong candidate as far as like one of the strongest is Tokito, Midget Boy, because his speed alone
Oh, yeah.
puts him in a different stratosphere as far as the other Hashira. So if I was looking at the strongest, I would expect this guy, Yomei, that is, Tokito, and yeah,
Scarface. I'd say Scarface is pretty strong.
yeah,
Like, his anger and aggression definitely gets to him, and I think that's a huge weakness of his that a lot of demons could exploit to fuck with him. But if he uses that anger as a power, to get back at him, I think he could tear some people up.
And then you have someone like Shinobu, who's like this wild card. I wouldn't say she's the strongest, but her power has the potential to derail a lot of demons, given the whole like poison property of it.
Yeah, and that's the cool thing about her is like all she has to do is just inject you once, and then all of a sudden demons just start going down, and then she turns into her wonderful, sweet, sadistic Shinobu self. I want to cut you open and see what your insides look like. It's like, Muzan? Help! Speaking of Muzan, we saw him this episode.
Yeah, he was doing nothing again.
He's so good at that.
I mean, okay, let me stop. He was doing something. He was getting eye demon lady to
Number 4.
Yeah, she was like looking around for Nezuko, and I'm like, okay, I guess they showed us that he was doing stuff while they were training. My issue is, why aren't you just killing everybody to get to Nezuko? Why are you just like he's literally like, hey, look at this area. He's looking at the map and going like, hey, look over here. And then she's like, I am 60% done with scouring the entire area for Nezuko, and we still have not found her. Okay, I guess that's one way of doing it. I may have gone about things a different way, but whatever.
Yeah, you would think this man would be so desperate, not desperate, but so driven to want to get Nezuko, because this was something that he had been trying to look for hundreds of years, and she finally shows up in his life, and he's not going to do everything in his power to try to wipe out everyone just to even get to her. That's the thing that kind of has me, I agree, where I'm just like, I mean, I guess you can kind of look at it as, well, I've been a demon this long, I can wait 2 more days. I don't know. I feel like it should have, like, if he was really this baddie that people want him to be, he should have been more driven in that sense, where it's just like, you see the head of the Demon Slayer Corps, where he's just like, most of our people are just dying every day, and they're getting closer and closer to finding our headquarters. Oh man, we got to do something. But yeah, maybe they'll redeem itself next couple episodes, but so far, yeah, it's just Muzan going, I like wine. Watch me drink it.
I think the actual Michael Jackson would be a better villain than Muzan at this point.
You're not kidding. You're not kidding. It's just, all right, we got to find Cobra Bubbles. You go.
It don't matter if you're human or demon.
And then just starts dancing, grabbing his crotch, going,
come on. Muzan lacks ambition. I can't wait for him to monologue in battle. Muzan best shonen villain. Oof. There was somebody I seen on Twitter one time that was trying to cape for Muzan being a very great villain. He is he's pretty, like, I won't like go completely in on the guy, but he's just He's just there. He doesn't excite me, not
No.
nearly as much as any of the lower like rank moon demons. Like, what was the one guy's name that Tengen fought? He was even more interesting.
Oh my god, yeah. The number 6 or 7, whatever the fuck number he was, with him and his sister. Those were he was really fucking cool. He looked even disgusting and gross, and I just loved his voice, the way that he was just, I don't know, just like, I hate people like you. I wanna kill you. Yeah, just that was wonderful villain. Hell, even Basketball Head is better in a sense.
Basketball.
You know, the third one, the one that killed Rengoku.
I never heard him called Basketball.
Well, because he's his
Akaza.
head,
Akaza, that's his name.
perfect shape of a basketball. The lines and everything just remind me of a basketball.
No, he's definitely a better villain in my opinion.
Yeah. And I know I gripe about it a lot, but it's just like Muzan. Oh, the twist, he has a wife and a kid. Never brings it up again. What a twist! Only to not touch it or even talk about it.
Yeah. He ain't moving the streets like that.
No, and pretty much any shonen protagonist could whoop Muzan's ass. I would go as low as Krillin could beat him.
That's not low. that's not low. Yeah.
Okay.
Krillin's killing like a lot of people.
Okay. All right, let's think about this. Could Yamcha beat him?
Absolutely. Yamcha's
okay.
Yeah.
All right.
No, we shouldn't even use the Dragon Ball characters because.
All right, let's take the Dragon Ball out of there then.
If you went Dragon Ball characters, I think a character as weak as Videl could give him issues.
Oh my god!
Like that's how crazy it is.
Okay, then I don't know. Would Naruto be in that running? Not Naruto himself, but in the world of Naruto.
I mean, if we're talking about like finding a main character, because you can find a character that's super weak, obviously.
Right.
But if we're talking about somebody in a main cast, I think what universe works? Because Demon Slayer characters are weird because there's demons, of course, but they don't really have super crazy techniques in comparison to some of these other fantasy series.
True.
So like you can't really put it in a One Piece, like can't put it in Naruto, can't put it in Bleach, can't put it in none of the big three. Dragon Ball doesn't work either. It's like, I don't know, what's a comparatively weak series?
Not Jujutsu Kaisen. Well, I mean, I guess if we throw in Miwa.
No, I think Juju's sort of fair.
Okay.
I think Juju's sort of fair. Like
just depends on who's there.
Yeah, not the upper echelon, of course, but like I don't know. You said Miwa, so like, you know, Miwa isn't.
Let's see Miwa land that final blow against fucking Muzan and see what she can do.
She might just
all my strength. Here we go.
You might just laugh at him. Like, this who you put me up against? Like I thought I had to fight Rocky.
Miwa just goes, this guy? This guy that looks like Michael Jackson? Really?
This what y'all have an issue with?
Okay, I mean, here we go. Oh, that's a good one, Midnight. Full Metal Alchemist.
I think Full Metal Alchemist is just a little too low because most Full Metal Alchemist characters don't have that speed that they do in Demon Slayer. Like, because Demon Slayer characters are like inhumanly fast, whereas Full Metal Alchemist characters don't have inhuman speed feats other than like the homunculi. But let's get off that point. We talking
Yeah, I
about
was gonna say. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. We got on a tangent, and you know how we get on tangents here at the KOA.
the KOA. But that is enough about Demon Slayer. It is time to talk about wolf demons or wolf deities this time around. We talking about Spice and Peaches.
Oh.
Spice and Wolf.
She did her thing this episode. Holo did.
As always.
She turned into a wolf by eating grain.
And fucked up a lot of unsuspecting mercenaries, or whatever they were.
We didn't really get to see them die. They kind of just, I don't know, disintegrated or something. They turned into powder or mud because we didn't see any of their bodies.
They just got nose nudged.
But we didn't see them after that. I mean, we saw the one guy who I'm pretty sure has a broken leg and spine because, you know, she stepped on his leg with her paw and everything, but she's fucking a huge wolf and everything. I'm sure that leg's broken, and then she stepped on him again on the back. It's like, yeah, he's paralyzed. He needs a wheelchair the rest of his life. He ain't ever walking again, all because he tried to pull a fast one over on these guys, which it wasn't even really his fault. He was just doing what he was told. Not like he disagreed or anything.
Yeah, I mean, it's true, but I mean, you're still trying to carry it out, so doesn't really
Very true.
matter. So, I really like Holo's rage in all of this because while Lawrence is trying to be diplomatic and for good reason, which we'll talk about later, Holo this episode is just furious. And the reason being isn't just because of what happened to Lawrence, it's the fact that she's been holding herself back because of Lawrence. She wanted to go about this completely differently, but because Lawrence wanted to protect Nora and keep his good relations with this trading company, she's been holding back. She went as far as to, we saw in a small scene, she went as far as to get on her knees and bow to the alpha wolf, because the way it was framed, you get the feeling that, oh, Holo's gonna fight the alpha wolf. Like that's the feeling that you get with how the scene is framed. But we learned that she just got on her knees and just, you know, bowed down to him essentially to keep the peace.
Don't kill me.
Yeah. And with how prideful Holo is, that's not how she wanted to go about the situation. The reason that she did that is because I don't think she wanted like a big issue to happen where one of the wolves may potentially attack Lawrence or Nora or one of the other guys. So she did that to protect the peace, essentially. So she goes as far as to let go of her pride in that situation and bow down to the wolf. And then she goes back to see Lawrence fucked up, and she's like, so what did I do all this for? I held myself back, and then they betrayed you? Like, let's kill them all. And then, you know, Lawrence is, you know, no, Holo, you can't do... And she was not going for it. She eventually listened to him, but...
Yeah. I'm going to eat every single one of these motherfuckers for breakfast. Because I'm just getting started. Yeah, yeah, she was not happy. But she did want to hear about the praise. Will you give me praise? Yes. Will you give me some honey pickled peaches? Yes. Okay then. Now let's go kill some bitches.
Now let's go slaughter everyone. Okay.
Yeah, and she got naked again. Holo the Naked Wolf is what her name should be.
I'm surprised Lawrence didn't really react.
He's seen it so many times. He's just like, she's naked again. Well, at that point too, this man's been beaten and he's at the lowest point in his life. I'm pretty sure seeing something like that, he's just like, yeah, those are nice, but I'm depressed.
kind of like hurting in 15 different places. I don't think it's time to be horny.
Yeah, he's just like, I couldn't get it up even if I wanted to at this point.
Oh my god.
My hand is burnt. I got a scratch here. I got bruises on the side of my face. I think I have a broken rib somewhere. Yeah, that's nice, but I'm not up for that.
Yeah. And he did his damnedest to protect her cloak, showing his priorities is making sure, like, well, I guess it just shows you how selfless he can be. You saw a little bit more of that in this, where he's telling Holo not to kill them all, and there's a reason beyond just his kindness, because I think what Lawrence's whole plan for this situation was to get the most out of it, which in his opinion is to kind of breathe life into this the Remilio company, and essentially have a favor in his pocket, because they get back on their feet, they get back up and running. He's the guy that saved them from ruin and turned a blind eye to their betrayal. So I think that's something that he's like, yeah, they betrayed me. I'm angry about it, but I'm a merchant, and we as merchants don't make decisions based on our emotions. We make it based on where's the profit. And I think his merchant disposition allowed him to navigate this situation a little more smart than what Holo was going for. Now, we understand giving into your base emotion and wanting to kill them all, because I mean, they left you to die. They were going to kill Nora all for some coins. And yeah, it makes a lot of sense. But Lawrence was able to make Holo follow his will, which Holo is usually very what's the word? She's usually very opinionated, isn't the word I'm going for, but you know, she's usually never going to listen to you.
Right.
Unless you offer something to her first. But
right.
This time she kind of just went along with Lawrence's plan, even though he, of course, promised her he promised to make her wish come true, and then the thing with the pickled peaches, but she still didn't have to listen. And the reason why she even like spared Nora was because of Lawrence, because she had this standoff with Nora and Nora's dog, which that's a brave dog, by the way.
That is a brave dog. The fact that the dog was like, all right, this wolf is 50 feet tall, I'm gonna kill this motherfucker.
Like, he was just waiting for the command. He did not care.
Yeah, that dog was fearless for sure. But we all know what would have happened had Lawrence not intervened.
Oh, yeah. He would have killed Holo.
Oh, okay. That's
Holo
a
got
twist.
off light. Holo got off light.
You just see like the flash of the lightning and everything. Holo, stop! And then it comes back to it, and Holo's just leaned over dead. Like, what the fuck happened? How did
all dogs go to heaven, but today we don't find that out.
You just see the dog just still like chewing on the throat and everything. You're like, what is with this dog? He's like, I've had it out for this wolf ever since I met her. That's funny.
Holo and me had the same game plan. What, to get naked in the rain? Or the kill everybody part? Which one?
Let's go with the latter.
That sounds like a great idea.
Get naked in the rain.
Yeah, but that's that. I mean, it's very simple when you think about it, because all Lawrence is they have their talk, and really the episode was just showing you the contrasting perspectives with Holo and Lawrence, because Holo isn't in the realm of merchants. she's helping Lawrence out, but this isn't her field of expertise. She just kind of lives life as she always has. So in her opinion, someone wrongs you like that, you get them back. But with Lawrence, he says it very eloquently. He says, we had to live afterwards. And it's not just the fact of what can they do for me after I help them out. It's also just like the guilt of it. You know, he's a human, so he doesn't look at things in the predator prey mindset that Holo may look at it. So in this episode, you kind of see that contrasting idea too with them and the lives they led. But I mean, Holo was a good sport about it.
Yeah, absolutely. Crazy thing about the gold is they didn't even get the full amount that they said that they were going to give them.
Yep.
Everybody's ripping the fuck off of everybody. I swear to God. I'm going to rip you off. Yeah, I'm going to rip you off. Yeah, I'm going to rip you. Rip.
Yep.
Everybody's ripping everybody.
So they
Sheesh.
They end that whole fiasco, which was supposed to turn a profit, breaking even because they had to, Lawrence is, having to pay back the people that he borrowed money from initially, and he pays Nora the full amount, which part of that is because I think it's smart to pay her the full amount just so she doesn't snitch on you. And then also I think it's just like him, just being nice because she knew the risk, but he kind of forced that upon her. So I think it's also that whole idea, like, I want to make sure she's good and all of this. Because I'm a merchant, so I could probably get this money back or move in a different way. But, yeah. She's just not going to be afforded the same opportunities.
Yeah, just the right and nice thing to do for sure. It's, you definitely don't want her to snitch and say, "Oh, by the way, Holo was actually a wolf." Nope.
That's a wolf girl. Check the tail. I seen it.
Check the tail. I seen the ears. There's ears under that hood. Yeah. Holo doesn't make it easy to disguise herself sometimes. Like, especially when that tail gets angry and stiff, the way that it does. You're just like, some random person is gonna see that and go, "What the fuck is?
Huh?
What is under her? Should I be concerned? What's under that dress? Excuse me, ma'am. Are you okay? Yes, I'm fine. Go away."
I always wonder if somebody's going to catch a glimpse of something like that.
They'll see the tail. They'll see maybe even an ear flip under the hood where it's just, kind of like moves it here and there. It's just like,
You okay?
What's going on under there?
I think your brain just moved.
There's a lot of stuff happening up there. I think there's a bug, maybe? I don't know. I'm a little concerned.
Yeah. So what did you think about the whole... I know this is a trope that we hate as romance watchers and readers. What did you think about that whole... Yeah, that whole thing.
It is that. It is very much a trope and everything. She was very persistent and adamant of Lawrence wanting to say her name. And the thing that was just very weird about it is just how Lawrence was just like, I don't know, like Holo was asking about, back there, I couldn't hear what you said because, I was a fucking wolf and lightning and everything, dogs barking. What did you say? He was like, "Oh, I said your name, Holo, because, it was shorter." Holo and Nora is the same fucking sentence, same syllable, same everything. Same 4-letter words. But, I don't know, it just stuff like that, and then her, like, going, "Well, how dare you?" And then she gets mad with her tail. "I want you to say my name." And I'm like, why are they dredging it up as if it's going to be this thing? He's called her Holo dozens of times, but this one time she has to hear him say it. And then he goes to say it, and the bells start ringing. Ding, dong, ding. What the hell?
So, this is... So, first and foremost, the whole Bell thing on that end was Lawrence teasing Holo, because if you look at that scene, he looks at the clock, knows it's about the ring, and intentionally stalls so that when he says it rings off. So that was Lawrence, being an asshole to Holo right there. And then the whole thing of him calling her name or Nora's name, we saw that Holo was jealous of Nora. And we also saw that because Holo asked Lawrence 2 questions, and when she was about to ask the second one, she hesitated, and then we later learned that the question was, "Whose name did you call out?" So she had hesitation with with that question, because I think for her, she knew that Lawrence was attracted to Nora. He said as much. He said that she's cute, beautiful lady. So I think for Holo, she doesn't like to put her insecurities on display, but she felt threatened by Nora, who, seems like a very virtuous girl, beautiful, is a human, doesn't have the same type of baggage that Holo may have. So I think that, and then 2, I think Holo even said it as much as that, like, Lawrence is probably more compatible with someone like Nora, who he would feel like inclined to protect and stuff like that. So she felt jealous of Nora the entire time. So that whole scene was her saying, in a situation as dire as it was, did you want to who did you think of first, Nora or me? I think that's what that whole thing was about.
Okay. But yeah, the whole cliche and everything. Did you say my name? Please tell me you did. Yeah, I totally would have, because yours is shorter. What? Mine is shorter?
That was definitely Lawrence trolling Holo again, but he was trolling, but at the same time being truthful, because I think what he was trying to do, because he admitted as much he didn't know either, because of how the situation was, but I think he was trying to give a rational reason for why he said it. But and then at the end, he kind of just says it, I definitely said your name because it is easier. And I think when he says that, it's not him saying easier in terms of like saying it out loud. I think he means easier because it comes from the heart, rather. Not
I know you more than some random sheep girl.
Yeah. Yeah, basically. So that kind of, I think, put to rest some issues or insecurities that Holo had when looking at Nora.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. But now all they have to do is wait for the sheep to shit and to get the gold.
Yep. Yeah. The sheep's having constipation. Come on, we gotta give it some more grain. Push it out.
Last. We need that last nugget.
Yes, we need that last nugget. Hurry it out. He's just fucking straining as hard as he can.
They get the gold in the bag finally. Why does this gold smell like shit?
Don't worry about it. It's fucking gold.
Like, I heard the phrase shit in gold, but like, you're actually doing it.
No, trust me. This is fine. This is the shittiest gold you'll ever have, but it's great gold. It's all the same.
I guess. All right. Yeah, that's pretty much all I had to say about the episode, I think.
Yeah, I think it was pretty it. I'm happy that Lawrence and Holo are at least broken even and they're no longer in debt.
Yay! We're not going to be sold into slavery or whatever.
And we're not going to have water constantly thrown on us.
Oh, yeah. I wonder if they got to apologize that he paid him back, or if he just,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I hope he did too. I'd be like he just comes in, splash. I'm coming to pay back your money. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, you better be.
My apologies, my lord. But that is it for Spice and Wolf. We are moving on to the Rejected Rangers. Ranger Reject. Go, lose Rangers! Episode 10, right?
Let's see. It says 10 right here.
10.
Well, we got a tree for a boss.
Yeah.
He's a tree for a boss that turned himself into an egg, which turned himself into a weird bird creature.
I just like to think of him as a bird, man. He even had like this little chick form too, so I think he's
the little flying birds. Jeep, jeep.
Yeah.
This is the part here where, because everybody's been saying the show's been being rushed and they've been cutting out some stuff or whatever. This is one where I definitely feel maybe it's a bit rushed for me. And the only reason I say that is because he has his old boss in front of his face and he has all of his, means to want to take over the Rangers, and yet he sides with the Rangers to fight him.
Mm-hmm.
It just seemed very quick to me. It just seemed like, oh, okay. I mean, I had a feeling he was going to take on the boss and he was going to fight him at some point. I just didn't think it was going to be right then and there. I thought he would have had a little more questions to ask him instead of, oh, what's that over there? And just cut him up and slice him from behind. I don't know. I definitely felt like it was not what I had expected, and we're gonna have the Rangers fight it instead. It's like, oh, okay, that's different than what I thought it was gonna be, but oh well.
We thought about this completely differently. I love this. I love what happened with Dee's character and going after Pet. I always forget this dude's name.
Petrolia.
I don't say his name out loud enough to remember how to say it, but yeah.
I'll just say Petrolia.
Yeah. Or Birdman. That might be easier for me.
That's better. Birdman. Birdman boss.
Wait, before, what color ranger would you be? The answer was none, because you didn't make it. Also, tree boss, Final Fantasy. Final boss reference. Okay, so what I was gonna say about D. Cause he said as much in his little monologue at the end that I really liked. So first, when he betrayed him, Birdman, that is, he didn't know why he did it. It was just a kind of like reflex after hearing what he said about just not being there for those 12 years.
Mm-hmm.
So it was just
done well, my son.
Yeah. So he did that and didn't really understand why he did it. And then he's thinking about, because the big turning point was when he's thinking about world domination, because that's what he's been working towards as an invader. And in his idea, world domination just means being on top of the hierarchy. He gets all the money, the women love him, all this stuff. But his idea of world domination isn't where the boss's idea of world domination is, which is completely stomping the other species on your foot. Their existence means nothing to you, because we saw in the little dream sequence that he had that Birdman killed the humans for eating livestock. Like, he's like, why are you eating ham? You are lower than livestock. And then he kills them all. And then they give in and go, well, you guys are on top, so we understand. And I think the reason why he feels that way is because he's been oppressed. So it's not as if he wants to oppress the people that oppressed him. It's just that he wants to come out on top, whether that makes complete sense or not. He doesn't want to treat the humans as they've been treated, where they're relegated into this fortress in the sky and they're forcing them play this game every week and they know it's fake. You know, basically just doing like some WWE thing for the fans to make everybody else look great. And they've been doing it for 12 years, making them look like clowns and stripping them of their pride. He doesn't want to do that to humans. He just wants to be on top. That's as simple as it gets. So his resolve is basically, I'm a monster. And as a monster, I get to be greedy. Being greedy in this instance is because we see he has some sort of connection with the Rangers. Being greedy in this instance is like, I know as an invader, it's my job to kill the Rangers, which he still is striving to do as far as the keepers. He still wants to do that.
Yeah.
But he's like at the same time, fuck you, because you abandoned us for 12 whole years. So I'm killing you too. So I like that resolve where he thinks to himself, I have an obligation as a invader to, I guess, like follow the chain of command. But at the same time, I'm a monster. I can do whatever I want. And what he wants to do is kill him too, because I mean, you were doing fuck all else for 12 years, and then he was about to abandon them again.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true too.
Because he let Double X take the hit for him, and then he was like, I have the spirit bomb that I am charging right now. Just stand in front of Vegeta, hold off Kid Buu just for 5 seconds while I gather all the energy. And then he just runs out the fucking just runs.
Yeah, pretty much is what happened. But yeah, I do like that explanation. It definitely explains why he would then side with the Rangers the way that he did. I don't know. I just kind of felt maybe it was too quick. I like the not the flashback, but his little imagination or the idea in his mind of world domination and all that wonderful jazz. I thought that was really neat indicator as to what he thinks world domination is versus Birdman boss. But
can we talk about that scene a little further? Because that was genuinely funny.
The eating of the steak?
No, I thought it was funny when he talked about how all the girls loved him. And like he was ranked the best looking monster. I think that's what he said. And then if you look at the flyer, you see his face, and then you see another person's face who looks exactly the fucking same. Because they're all invaders. So I was like, how did they make this choice? That he was the best looking invader, because you just have those two standing side by side and they look exactly the same, nothing discernible about them, and then you have Birdman next to him.
Yeah, that was funny. Even the guy was upset. He's like, I joined the Rangers to get a harem and this happened to me.
Yeah, they all want to fuck D. Damn,
I mean, they all want the D. What can I say?
Damn, where was I going to go with this? We see Blue in this episode too, where he shows that he has no respect whatsoever for these foot soldiers. He goes as far as to say, you guys aren't enemies to us, referring to Double X. You guys aren't enemies to us. You guys are just a nuisance, basically. Though when we're talking about enemies, we're talking about that guy. We're talking about the boss invaders. You guys are nothing to us.
How dare.
And
that's what he was saying.
Yeah. And I think what's been very consistent about Dee's character is his sense of pride, which again was stripped from him in those 12 years where they're made to be in this circus, essentially. So whenever someone's underestimating him or talking down on him, it activates that side of him where he's like, I'm gonna get my revenge. It's the reason why it's called Ranger Reject. Or go loser Ranger.
Go loser.
I don't like that name in comparison. Ranger Reject was just such a great name to go with, and then go loser Ranger. Ellie says D's sense of ambition and mild rudeness is relatable. So you're saying you are D. See, now we just need to get you to like D from Nikkei, and then you'll have double D's. Giggity.
All right.
But yeah, big Birdman, certified bitch, tries to run away twice.
Yep.
But this time he's forced to fight because the rest of the junior Rangers come in a fight.
Yep.
And they stop him from escaping. And my God, anybody that's watching this show, please read the manga. The only reason I'm saying that is because that shot of them where you see all of them in that SWAT picture, it looks so great in a manga.
I might have to read the manga after this.
It is good. Just Negi Haruba's art is
yeah, he's really good.
Yeah, it's definitely worth it. But yeah, they come in a fight and they're capable on their own. We already seen what one junior ranger could do to Birdman, so having all of them stacked against each other, he's probably not making it out.
No, he's not even fully healed at either. So, I mean, yeah, he's gonna go down next episode.
It makes you think though, because Hisui knew who he was, and she says the Green Battalion specifically has the task of covertly exterminating these monsters. So it makes you think, have they, as a SWAT, taken down these other boss invaders? And are there other boss invaders that they know are out there still? Because then the question would be like, what would be the existence of, or what would be the purpose of the group if there weren't other boss invaders around? Because why would they need to covertly take down foot soldiers? That doesn't really make sense.
Yeah, they're just chilling. You know, there's nothing else to do. It's like, we're part of this group now. We used to hunt monsters, but we kind of just do like IT stuff now.
it's just K-On, the K-On club.
we sip on a lot of tea and eat cake. Yeah. Enjoy. Welcome to Green Team.
All right. That was perfect. But yeah, they come in a fight, disrupt things. So he's fighting them. He's fighting the independent rangers who grouped up together to take him down. And he's one of his clones, or I guess he's not fighting Blue anymore, but was fighting Blue. Yeah, it just doesn't look good for him.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of weird too in the episode where last episode he was fighting Blue. Now he's helping Blue. Now he's fighting the bird boss. It's like, I'm sure Blue's not going to forget that. He's going to be like, hey, you were just fighting me a second ago.
Oh,
you kick your ass.
You're talking about D. Okay.
Yeah. Sorry. I'm sorry. Were you talking about someone else? I apologize.
No. I was confused for a second. But I think what it was is D did a decent job of making it look like he was speaking as Sakurama, because we know what Sakurama's personality. Not to say that Blue knows this, but Sakurama always defended the invaders. So he was keeping
one in his closet.
Yeah, he was keeping it in a pocket of, hey, don't be so brutal with her. Like he was doing that, like where he was obviously defending her, but not making it so obvious that he outed himself as an invader.
Yeah, not yet. Not yet.
Not yet. Not yet.
Yeah, poor Double X. She lost her arms, and she even tried to choke out D with no hands, going, "Why did you do that? Why?" With no hands.
Tell me why.
Well, because fuck 'em. That's why.
Good reason.
Yeah. Now she's gonna. Well, I wonder what her fate's gonna be because the Blue Ranger knows, or Blue Keeper knows that she's a monster. So maybe she won't make it. Poor thing.
Yeah, maybe. Or maybe he'll be too preoccupied with Birdman. We'll see. I mean, the cloning thing is very annoying to deal with. So, and he said as much as if like one clone slips away to the surface, then he'll pretty much be good. And now we kind of see too why he survived this long, because if his power is that crazy to where one clone escaping means that his whole body he can regain his power. We now know why he was gone for 12 years and why they haven't killed him.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we don't know if that may happen with other potential boss invaders. But because I always wonder at the start of the series, if they killed these boss invaders, how is the story going to get interesting as far as the stakes and whatnot? But now I'm kind of seeing how things may have played out as far as these guys potentially surviving.
Yeah, for sure. Your girl came back this episode. She was wearing a mask.
Yep.
A mask that bites beams of light, apparently.
Oh yeah, that was another thing too. Everybody showed off their power. Cause she hasn't really shown that power. She's just been, showing off like the physicality. But yeah, big hollow bleach mask, pretty cool.
Yeah, it did look like a hollow bleach mask. That's what it reminded me of.
I found it. Yeah, I'm about to post a panel in the podcast chat.
The badass one?
Yes.
Alright, let's see this badass. Oh, snap. Well, make you feel right at home. That's cool.
Yeah.
That is some really good art. He's really good at that stuff.
And then we had Yumiko with the Bruce Almighty powers.
Yeah, she fucking can stop and rewind time. That explains why she never got hit when the car was coming right at her. Absolutely it did. She just paused, took 2 steps to the left, and then just pushed play. She even talked some shit to old Birdman. She was just like, "You could do better than this. Come on. What is this? This is the best you got. Come on now." And then even that got him an entry. He's like, "Ooh, who are you? I want to fight."
I think the way he was looking at her, it seemed like he recognized her.
Which I know Himiko was very much like she's just very much kind of like in the shadows and wants to take down the keepers. But if she like knows this guy, Birdman, wouldn't that mean she would have some knowledge as to why this man's been staying alive as long as he did and kind of like hidden and stuff? Maybe she accidentally let him go. It's like, oops, I guess the lock got unlocked magically.
Oops. Did that button that said release the bird demon man, did it actually release the bird demon man? My bad.
Oops, it slipped. Yeah, something tells me she has a hand in it because she didn't at all seem scared. I mean, she never seems any kind of emotion. But what I mean is that just looked very suspicious to me.
She's very unflappable. That's true. But she's depressing. I don't know what Ellie is he talking about. Yumiko right here? I'm sorry, I didn't see when you said it, so I don't know what you're referring to.
It must be her. She
Yeah.
looks depressing.
Yeah.
Like, this is her happy. This is her sad. This is her ecstatic that she got a divine artifact.
I mean,
Just all the same.
consistency is key. But that's pretty much it for Ranger Reject.
Yeah. Yeah, very cool, very cool. Like I said, it did feel a little rush for me, but I'm willing to let that slide if the next episode kicks ass.
Got 2 more.
Oh, really? Is that all that's left?
Yep.
12. Huh.
12 episodes.
Okay. Okay. Summer anime soon coming.
Ooh. Yes, it is. I'm interested because there's going to be a lot of new stuff. Like, I like this season, but a lot of the stuff has been sequels or stuff. I mean, damn, am I watching anything? I'm not watching anything new. I'm not. Well, I guess KonoSuba, but again, that's a sequel.
Mm-hmm.
Fate Stay Night, already seen. KonoSuba, sequel. Demon Slayer,
Demon
already
Slayer,
read.
you cheated.
Already seen Spice of Wolf. Already read Ranger Reject. Already read the Fable.
Wow.
I'm really not watching it. That's why this season felt so weird to me. Because I wasn't watching, I wasn't watching anything new except for KonoSuba.
Light Ruler. Angel is my favorite girl in this, though. Light Ruler, please draw a Angel.
Killer D wife. Okay.
Draw Angel the way that you do. Totally would like one. But I guess next on the docket is the Fable.
Yeah. I'm battling with the cable right now.
Uh-oh. The Cable versus the Fable.
And my LAN cable got called on or something. Okay.
Oh no.
Alright, we're back.
Sorry, sorry, Lightning Eagle, not Light Ruler. If I said Light Ruler and Lightning, I meant to say, you know who I was talking to.
Yeah, you both look the same.
I don't know what Light Ruler looks like. Have you seen what he looks like?
I haven't, but Light Ruler, I'm pretty sure is Mexican, so I don't think he looks like.
Oh,
I don't think he looks like Ellie.
okay.
All right,
Everybody hit their head. That's how you start changing and becoming another person.
I am a pro after all.
I am now a pro too.
Ooh, so I really love the beginning of this episode.
Yeah. Yeah, that was good. Where Yoko was basically talking to Akira saying, "Ooh, you love Misaki, don't you? Ooh, isn't she? Yeah, I don't know what love is, but I know she's a nice person. I want to do what's best for her. I want to help her." And that's all you really need from him, because he is probably a guy that doesn't know anything about love. Fuck, this is a guy that was born and raised in the mountains. Of course he doesn't know what love is. But yeah, absolutely. Great start to this episode.
Hold on, I gotta grieve for a second. The Celtics won. Damn
Did
it.
they really? Oh man, they did. Oh. Well, that was a wonderful finals. That was a wonderful finals, man. That was that sucked. That's now number 17. Unbelievable.
Might be done with basketball. I don't like the sport anymore, man. I'm going to lacrosse.
Hey, let's play some pickleball.
All right, let's play pickleball.
Let's play some pickleball. We we won't talk about NBA, NFL, any games that are rigged. We're just gonna go ahead and play our own shit, win our own championships.
Yeah,
that's right. How sad.
Yeah, but yeah, the beginning of the episode was really great. It felt like a big prep to what is becoming like this big battle, like almost like a royale with a whole bunch of different factions coming together for their own motivations. You have Kenji, like, and here's the thing, like, there's people who exist in the same group, but because of their personal motivations, you could see them teetering off to a different faction, because Kenji has Takahashi with him, right? But we've been seeing Takahashi isn't agreeing with what Kenji's doing as far as killing all these people. So at any moment, Takahashi could potentially betray Kenji if things look like it's not in his favor. So Kenji and Takahashi, you have the Sonagawa group, you have the Hitman, and even the Hitman has his own motivations because he wants to kill the Fable, who is there now, and Akira, who wants to save Misaki, of course. And then you got even the henchmen people who are just like, I don't want to say this word because
I don't want to sign up. I didn't sign up for this.
well, yeah, there's that guy, and then the other guy's like full on just he's just like, yeah,
taking advantage.
Yeah, he's just like, I'm doing this. Like, they asked him to do it, of course, but he's a little too excited.
Yeah, he's a little too into it. Good thing he got fucking karate chopped while he was butt ass naked.
That was so funny. Akira just goes, shh.
He just does the five. What was in Kill Bill? Like the 5-finger death punch to his fucking neck.
Got folded immediately.
Yeah, and his ass is hanging out for the world to see. His pants are down and everything. He gonna wake up. He gonna be like, "What the fuck happened?"
I forgot his dick was out.
Yeah. He was gonna do more than just than his fair share of things. But yeah, he definitely, like I said, he got knocked out with his pants down. The little saying, "You got caught with your pants down." That's exactly what happened to this man.
Oh my god. It's the fact that he had the audacity to do the whole reset thing right behind him. It's so funny to me.
He had all the time in the world to do it.
It was like he was resetting like a modem or something. Like, he pressed a little button that you had to use a pin for.
Yeah.
Activate it.
It's funny because, like, that is the same door that those 3 henchmen were supposed to be looking for this guy. At least I think. Maybe I was looking in the wrong spot. Hell, maybe they weren't even looking, because who the fuck wants to see that? Because that's the one thing the guy said. He's like, "You guys can watch if you want." That's what
I love being watched.
That's what gets me off. I'm just like, you sick that's disgusting. So maybe these henchmen didn't even look that way because they're just like, I want to see this. Thus, giving a golden opportunity for Akira to come in and his ass.
No, it was 2 doors though. It was that door. Like,
some reason I thought that was the other door.
Let's say the dude's like facing this way. He had the door behind him, and then he had the door on the side of him. Like,
okay, he came in on the side.
Yeah.
Okay. For some reason, I thought it was the same door. Maybe it was the way that it was edited. Maybe it was the way that it looked, because when he came in, he did the whole and he was right behind him and everything. That was hilarious, though. I did love that, and it made me so mad because the episode ended right then and there, and I'm like, no, I want to see what else happens.
Yeah.
Oh, I want to see.
I kept checking the time when I was watching this episode because I wanted to see like how far it was going to go as far as like just the action sequences, because I think this is going to be, if you're like looking forward to action stuff, it's going to be a lot of that in the next episode. So I kept checking it to see like how much of that we were going to get, and I was like, okay, I'm so glad they didn't end it on a cliffhanger where they're like, is Misaki going to be sexually assaulted? I'm glad they didn't do that. If they would have did that, I would have been legit mad that they would even try to hang that over people's heads. But they said, all right, no, she got saved. Everybody take a sigh of relief.
Yeah, and I loved how it ended like that too. But at the same time, was pissed because I wanted to see more.
Yeah,
like if this was all out already, and if I was like binge watching this, that's an automatic next episode. Come on, next episode. What happens?
Absolutely. But a lot happened in this episode. First and foremost, what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say, when you said a lot happened in this episode, I was like, oh my god, there was, because Ebby was in the hospital and got met by a guy that called himself the fucking Fable.
Yeah, he's the boss that we see in the first episode.
Okay, I couldn't remember because we only saw him the one time in the first episode, so I couldn't remember. So is he the Fable? Or is
the Fable is
the
just
Fable the Fable?
The Fable is just a title. It's not.
It's just that. Okay.
It's not a title that anybody has. It's just an idea, really. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, if you want to think of it like that, he would be the Fable since he taught Yoko and Akira what they know. So, in that sense, if you're looking at someone to be the Fable, yeah, it'll probably be him.
So you're saying that guy could take down Akira?
I mean, he taught him.
Wow. Yeah, that's true, man. But he pulls out this fucking, you call that a knife? This is a knife. Fucking Rambo knife. And I'm just like, well, I don't know what's going to happen to Ebby, but big old boss man, he is pissed off because he got him involved. I at least respect that, because I don't know how he found out, but he basically said, I wanted Akira to have a normal life for a year, and you broke that. That kind of just shows you how much he cares for him, in a way. I mean, I don't know how much truly deep down he cares for him, or if it's just one of those, if he looks at him as a son, or if it's just kind of just another Yakuza member, but it's at least thoughtful for him to just kind of get involved and be like, I didn't want this from him, and you're putting your business into our business. So, yeah, Ebby is in a tight spot right now.
Yeah. So we'll see how he gets punished or not punished.
He is missing an ear.
Maybe.
Or a finger or something. He's missing an appendage. I don't think he comes out unscathed. I'd be surprised if he does.
Going back to the first part of the episode, though, another part I liked in it is that I think this is the second time I mentioned it, but I'm pretty sure Light Ruler asked the question, who would we date, Makima or Yoko? And then we both went with Yoko, and it sounded crazy. Not that crazy when you think about all the crimes that Makima has committed, but it sounded a little crazy just because of recency bias from what we've seen of Yoko. Sure. Like literally making a man drink himself near death and fucking with him. But the reason why we said that is because despite all of that, if we're comparing the two characters to each other, there is humanity in Yoko,
yeah,
which wasn't apparent quite then, but is in this episode because she's working hard to help Akira with some of the tools that he wants for this infiltration. And in the very first part of the episode, she says, she asked Akira, like, what can I do to help? Because Misaki's my friend too. And they haven't known each other for that long, but it just, it goes to show you that she values her friendship. So
Yeah. And she probably sees her as a nice girl that got caught up in this bad situation. And, Yoko being the one who's been in the Yakuza for as long as he has, not born and raised, but just brought up through them and whatnot. She wants to get her out of it. Yeah, for sure. I definitely like that of her. She's sadistic and she's kind of psycho, but she's got a heart of gold.
yeah, as long as you're like her friend or somebody she actually cares about, you're kind of safe.
Yeah, if she doesn't value you at all, she'll fuck with you and get you drunk and make you pay for shit, and yeah.
Yeah. But we just saw more of how much of a bastard Kenji was, where he talks to Takahashi, and he basically says he isn't going to honor his agreement with the contract, and says that he wants to use Misaki until there's nothing left. Use her in a brothel. So
yeah,
I mean, at this point, this guy just has to die. I don't really think there's any rehabilitating this guy.
No. This is, what's the word? This is the old guard, and they're stuck in their ways, and the only way to kind of treat the old guard is to get rid of them, and by any means necessary. And I definitely feel like this is one of those where Kenji, he's got to go. I have a feeling he's going to go. The other guy, guy with the eye,
Sunagawa.
Scar on his eye. Yes, Sunagawa. He has this elaborate plan of a little pen, and then when he, I like how they described it. First off, where he's just like, I can't hear that fucking mosquito chirp.
Yeah, the frequency.
Us as the audience can hear it. And then the other guy comes in. He's just like, what was that noise? I heard that. And he's like, you're 30. How could you hear? How could you hear that?
I feel like I've heard that somewhere before though. Like the older you get, you can't hear like certain frequencies. I felt like I heard that before.
Too. I think I have too. I think it's, I don't know what it is. It's obviously it's getting old, but I think it's just something within the younger people that I don't know, you hear it and they're more alerted to danger or something. I don't know. It's supposed to be some kind of like instinctual Mother Nature type thing, but anyway, yeah, he's gonna kill this guy. All he has to do is just click that pen, and the guy's going to just, I mean, he's sitting in the window. He's got an easy shot. The fact that Kenji doesn't even, I mean, he suspects he's gonna get killed because he even said, he's like, I ain't gonna let you kill me. I ain't gonna let you do any of this stuff to me. But he's just making it obvious by sitting right in front of the window. And some guy's gonna just snipe him out of there. But I don't know. I'm not gonna shed any tears when Kenji croaks finally. So
I mean,
get rid of this man.
Given that we know he has a gun, we're already seeing that he's setting things in place because first and foremost, he knew he had the wherewithal to not go solo in this. He had better sense than that. But another thing he did was he gave Takahashi a model gun, which, if you weren't paying attention to the previous episodes, you'd be like, why did he give him that and not keep it for himself to at least like pump fake or something? But if you remember, he has a real gun.
Yeah.
So he has that revolver still. And he probably has it on him, but he gives Takahashi the model gun so he could have, an extra layer of security, because it's like once you show people the real gun, they're going to assume that his gun is real as well. So then now you have two people who you had to potentially look out for as far as threats. So
yeah,
it hasn't happened yet, but we can kind of see how things are mapping up to be.
Poor Takahashi. He got harkened back to that scene where he was, do you like sex? And he has the gun pointed at him. He just immediately thought about it. I'm like, dude's gonna be he's gonna be traumatized the rest of his life. He anybody asks him, does he like sex, or he sees a gun or anything, he's gonna get some PTSD just going, no.
He's mid stroke, and then she's like, "Do you like that, Daddy?" And then he's just like, "What?
What? He looks at her, and then his fucking face morphs onto this girl's face, and just like no. It's like, what the fuck's your problem?
No, I don't like it. I don't like it. Oh my god.
No. Just starts getting in the fetal position. No. It's like, you're a fucking weirdo, man.
we're joking about this. That sounds like a very horrific thing to happen to somebody.
Yeah, it's pretty fucked up, but we kid, of course. If it really happened, it would be fucked up.
Yeah.
But because we take advantage of Takahashi and all that other stuff, it's funny in a sense.
It's because he has no eyebrows, so we feel
he has no eyebrows. His car stinks, and he spies on Yoko. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, can't feel too bad for the guy. You do, and you don't.
Yeah, this is true.
Yeah, but oh my gosh, this I cannot wait for the next episode. It's just Akira's there. He's gonna strut his stuff. He's got a fucking handmade gun with handmade bullets. I don't know. I mean, he's gonna own everyone's ass, I would assume.
Ooh. Fun setup, man. Akira with a toy gun, 2 props that he got from Yoko, which we don't know how it works yet, but and then he has all these enemies around him, and they set this up almost like how you would set up any boxing wrestling match. They put everything on the table as far as clearly mapping out the stakes, because Akira is down to a toy gun and 2 whatever bombs. Like, we don't know exactly what this shit is that Yoko made. He has that.
Right.
He isn't accustomed to rescue missions because he's an assassin. He doesn't save people. He kills people. He's already nerfed because he can't kill anybody. And he especially can't kill Kenji, even if it came down to that, because of this being a mission from Ebi. And then he's dealing with other like Yakuza members who probably have guns on them. Some of them probably have guns on them.
And one of them has a fucking vendetta against him.
One of them's a hitman.
Yeah, one of them absolutely wants to kill this guy. He's like, if I see the Fable, I'm killing him.
Yeah, which he wouldn't know if he's the Fable unless he showed his capabilities. Because he knows the Fable works for the Maguro group, but he doesn't know how he looks, of course. So,
right, and he's got the mask on too. So you won't really know unless unless he takes it off just to do that.
That can't be the Fable, right?
Wait, he didn't take his mask off to do that, did he?
I don't think so. No,
I didn't think he did.
Because if he did,
okay,
she
would have saw him.
Yeah, because he's still supposed to not let Misaki know who he is. So
I feel like he's gonna know though once he hears him talk. Once she hears him talk, you know what I mean? Like,
he doesn't have to talk.
True. I guess not. He could just go,
Pretty much.
Very true. Very true. But the second he starts talking his very drone kind of not nonsensical, but just no emotion voice, she's gonna know it's him.
Hey, Misaki. Yoko's out in the back. How do you know that? Akira, is that you? No.
Yeah, how's she gonna get away now too? Because she's gonna get in that car, and then she's gonna see Yoko. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that's gonna happen.
I mean,
interesting.
linking up with Yoko is going to be weird. She's going to be like, "Why did that happen?" But she won't suspect anything from Akira if everything goes right, because I mean, just think about it from a perspective like the guy that you saw get his ass whooped by two goons in the dark is some badass John Wick dude. Because we got to imagine that she's going to see some of this stuff that he does, because he has to
true.
He has to actually like get her out of the situation first. Like, it's not. I don't think she's going to just immediately like escape. So she's going to have to witness firsthand what the fuck he's capable of. So I think there's going to be like a big gap between this guy and the guy that I know to be Akira. But I can't lie, Akira kind of told on herself, because in the scene that I really like where he's thanking Misaki for everything she's done for him. That was such a heartwarming scene, because I guess it's just how genuine he is and straightforward, because he went, that may have been trivial to you, and we know he was faking it, but the fact that somebody came up to him and tried to help him, and kindness is probably something that he hasn't felt as his life has been being molded to being this perfect assassin. Like, that meant a lot to him. She gave him the handkerchief. She got him a job, encouraged him to draw, got him a raise, and allow him to live a normal life. So he's thanking her for all of that. But the scene where he told on himself is like, where she was like, "Yeah, I'm not going to be home. I'm probably not going to be home until in the morning the next day." And then he was like, "No, you'll be home soon.
You'll be home soon." Yep, that definitely gives it away. Like, I know it cut to a next scene after that, but I'm just curious to how that conversation was on the phone, where she was just like, "What do you mean, huh? Hello? What the fuck did he mean by that?" Yeah, that was nice and heartwarming.
Like Rula says, she thinks he's a coward, so she might not think it's him. I want to see the picture he draws of her. Oh, that's also true. He's supposed to draw a picture of Misaki. It's gonna. You think it's gonna?
It's gonna look. Oh no, it's gonna look like shit. It's gonna be the worst stick figure. He's gonna have like giant boobs for her, and just
I drew
the
you
face.
In my image.
It's gonna look like how the zookeeper looked in that picture, but just imagine that, but with long hair, big boobs, and like a skirt or something, some kind of like dress or whatever.
And why she's gonna love it.
Oh my god, it's so beautiful. You really captured my boobs.
Then the other dude's gonna be hating. Oh, that's the other thing. Prez showing up to work the very next day after getting his ass whooped. I know we kept talking about how like the boomer mentality, where they're like, this generation are a bunch of pussies. He may have a point. If I got my ass beat like that, I don't think I'm showing up to work the next day.
I mean, he's tough. I'll give him that. He had what looked like a broken nose, some bruises, and I just love how he's just like, I don't remember what happened. I just remember getting drunk and some assholes just jumped me and beat the shit out of me.
No, he said that he didn't even realize he got beat up.
Oh, okay.
He thought he fell. He thought he like got drunk and just like fell into a whole bunch of shit.
I mean, to be that badly drunk, to not even know that you even got your ass whooped, you just assume you just fell and ran into shit.
Oof.
That's bad.
Yeah, might want to cut down.
just a tad, just a skosh.
Yeah, just take one less shot. Maybe instead of like 25, you do 24.
I mean, we're in the right direction.
Hey, think about it.
Then soon you'll be able to lower it and lower it. 23, 22, and so on and so forth.
Yeah. But yeah, I found that real funny because he was just like, because Akira told him that Misaki wasn't going to work, and he was like, "Damn, she has a cold. Oh, I just got like 100 broken bones, but I guess that's fine." I wonder what's going to happen with Akira. I'm saying I wonder, like I actually wonder, but I'm just, I got to do this. Sorry, I gotta
pretend for the audience.
Yeah, I wonder what's going to happen with Akira and Kainuma as far as him knowing about the camera he had set on Misaki, because now that he's set on protecting Misaki, is he going to be on a lookout for him? Is he going to expose him? I wonder what's going to happen there.
Yeah, I'm curious too, because it seemed like they were all buddy when he showed up to work too. You notice that? Where he was like, "Is Misaki okay?" And he just kind of looked at her. He's like, I don't even think he said anything. I think he just cut away.
Yeah, it just cut to the next scene.
Yeah, and he's just like, "I ain't telling you shit."
Yeah. Yeah, we don't know what their relationship is, but that is very odd to say the least. So
Definitely. I would be at least a little happy if he like broke a couple of his fingers. You know, just like
just a couple.
I mean, just a couple.
Which fingers? Which fingers?
Okay.
Which hand?
So here's my idea. He works in that job, so he usually uses his hands a lot. You obviously need your thumbs, you need your pointer fingers. So I think what would make it difficult, but you could still do your job, is the ring and pinky. Just break those so that you're like thinking about it. You're like, ow. But you still have your thumb and your finger to like do stuff, but it takes a little longer just to get the job done.
And this
just to make
hand.
it convenient for you. Yep, absolutely.
Got you. See?
That way, he won't do it again.
I like the way you think, EA. See, fair but firm,
Right.
So you can still get efficiency out of them, but at the same time they know bad. I like it.
Right. Yeah, it's like Better Call Saul. Don't kill him, break his legs so that if they cross Tuco again, they know that they did it. They'll live, but they won't ever fuck with you again.
Exactly. But that is about it for the Fable. How do we see this playing out as far as the Sonagawa thing and Kenji?
Oh my god. Well, someone has to die. I can't. There's too many hitmen with too many guns. If nobody dies, I would be surprised. Like, maybe they get hit, clipped here and there, so I don't know. But I feel like Kenji's going to get it the worst, because something's going to happen where he dies, and maybe Ebi gets mad as to, you were supposed to protect him, not kill my brother, or something like that. And he's like, hey, I didn't do it. It was these people. And then maybe that's an inner fucking problem. I don't know. But I think Kenji, he has to. If he doesn't, then somebody else is going to die. I don't know. I'm hoping it's Kenji.
Wouldn't it be a twist if Kenji ends up dying at the hands of his brother? Because his brother sees how far gone he is?
I mean, that would be crazy. That would be... Well, first you'd have to get him back in one piece after everything. And then... Yeah, at that point, it's even more fucked up because it's family. And it's your brother. And then you gotta put him down. Yeah, that
could be a condition for what the boss sets up. Because the boss, of course...
You fix this problem or we will.
Yeah, basically, like, since you put Akira in this, you solve the issue, which is your brother.
Ooh. Now that would be even more fucked. He doesn't want to do it, but he's forced to. Ooh. Man, that'd be rough. I mean, I know he's your brother and everything, and he's far gone and everything, but you never want to do that to your own family, ever.
Yeah.
especially after the guy served 15 years in prison, just got out. I'm experiencing freedom. Now I'm dead.
Freedom wasn't that fun.
Freedom wasn't that fun. I enjoyed being in prison.
Well,
Put me back.
You probably shouldn't be trying to force women into prostitution, but what would I know? I'm not.
How long has it been? Like a month? The guy's out 1 month and he's running a prostitution ring. Jesus Christ.
Jesus. Oh man, that stuff with Misaki was just. Ooh,
it was very cringe. Very cringe. Especially when he was like, "Go ahead, do the job," and he's pulling down his pants. Ugh.
Oh, I would. Well, that too, but I was more talking about like the build up to it all, because you could sense like this. I don't know. It was just like really depressing, and you could really feel the sense of despair, because she's calling her mom, talking about how she found this job so she could pay off her father's debt, and of course she can't tell her what it is, obviously, but she's lying to her saying it's a good job, and it's like this calm before the storm thing, because we can say that we've all been in situations where you're about to like do something big or whatever. You get that stage fright right before you do it. Like you could be giving a speech or whatever, and it's always like that right before it happens. Like you're just like thinking about how it's all going to play out. And I think the scene did a good job of making you understand how she felt, because in an hour, her whole life is going to change basically, and she's going to do something she refused to do. You know, she did the swimsuit stuff, but she said, no, I'm never going to go as far as, you know, do porn or be in prostitution. And she was at a low state where that was going to be her life for the foreseeable future, until, of course, we got Akira's intervention. So that stuff was like really hard for me to watch.
For sure. It's rough. It's rough, especially, you know, if you've been in situations where you're just like down on your luck and all you need is a little break to get you through, and this is the only means to do it, especially if it's not the way you wanted to do it. It's horrible.
Absolutely. Oh, to end things on a funny note, Akira, the funny detail was Akira had Misaki's number saved as Running Woman instead of just her name, which I found pretty funny, because he knows her name. It's not like he calls her Running Woman. He knows her name and just has her name saved as a Running Woman in his phone. I thought that was funny.
That is funny. It's just like, that's how he remembers her as. Maybe it's just one of those, that's his first memory of her. It's like, how do you know her? She ran into my life.
I mean, literally, yeah. That's the first thing that's the first thing he's seen of her, because when he was in the apartment, he saw her running around the neighborhood. And then the second time he meets her is when he does the whole actually no, I think he met her when they were at their apartments, maybe. But yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That is it.
Good episode. Good episode.
Fable. Yeah. Next episode should be very exciting. So
I can't wait.
Yeah.
Yeah. As soon as it started playing that, I was like, no, I want more. I want more.
All right. It is time for the last section of KOA. Give me 1 second to edit this.
Sure. We got viewer questions.
Viewer. Wait. Can I do this one? No, I can't. I was about to try to do my voice mod thing, but I don't have things set up on this scene of OBS. But yeah, viewer questions. You want to start us off here?
Sure, we can read the back and forth. Some interesting questions this week. I know we only had one. Last week I had nothing, but now we got a good amount. Who wins this 1v1? Vegeta or Black Atom? Both are pretty strong. I will admit that, because Black Atom's in the same universe as Shazam, and they're basically like Superman, but they got powers of lightning and stuff like that. But because it's Dragon Ball, I still gotta give it to Vegeta.
Yeah. I've never seen the movie, so I gotta give that to Vegeta. Second question. Deku is running the gauntlet. Where is he stopping? 1. Yuji Jujutsu Kaisen. 2. Denji Chainsaw Man. 3. Tanjiro Demon Slayer. 4. Boruto. And 5. Asta Black Clover. Deku, if we're saying end of series Deku, he's literally beating everybody except for... I don't know if he's beating Asta because I don't read Black Clover or watch it, but
Yeah, I don't know.
all these other people, Yuji, Denji, like, I don't even know why Tanjiro's at 3rd, but
Right, he should be 1.
That's probably fair. But yeah, he's at least making it to where Boruto's at.
Yeah, I'll go with Boruto or Asta if he just like gets really far from Boruto. Next question. Out of these universes, which 4 suits Kakashi from Naruto the best? So we have to choose 4, but there's a total of 8 options. So here we go. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, One Piece, Dragon Ball Z, Attack on Titan, Jujutsu Kaisen, My Hero Academia, Demon Slayer, and One Punch Man. So basically, out of those universes, which of those 4 suits Kakashi? And that's Kakashi Sensei?
Yes. The one with the mask, white hair.
Yeah. I at least know that one. He looks fucking cool. He will do great in Demon Slayer.
He definitely fits in My Hero. You already have a character who's sort of like him in Eraserhead, so...
That's true. So yeah, for me, Demon Slayer, My Hero.
He would fit in Juju too. I think from Attack on Titan to Demon Slayer, I think those are the universes he fits in well. Because I feel like there's an archetype of characters for each of those series. Attack on Titan is like Levi. Jujutsu Kaisen is kind of like Nanami.
You think that would? Yeah, that's a good explanation.
My Hero, Eraserhead. Demon Slayer is... I would personally say is Giyu, either Giyu or Demon Mask guy. I can't remember his name.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. The one with the long nose and his demon mask. Yeah, I could see him as that. All right, I'm cool with that too.
Yeah. Who would win in the fight? A, Batman, or B, Iron Man?
Oh, so this is 2 rich people that don't have any superpowers, but they got basically just abilities. Not abilities, but just tech and stuff to help them. Iron Man has a suit that can fly and shoot energy beams and all that. And Batman has gadgets. He can't fly himself, but he's got like the Batarang and he's got like the bat wing to fly. It's all just a matter of who blinks first. 'Cause I think that would actually be a really good fight. Maybe it's just a little bias for me, but I would probably say Batman just because he's just extremely smart of getting himself out of any kind of situation, and he thinks on his feet. So if he was to like be like, okay, there's a guy in a suit coming to fire me, what can I do? You know, blast these, blast that. He'd come up with something on the fly. So I'd go to Batman.
The IRS wins. Get these tax dodgers.
Iron Man? Okay. Oh, the IRS. I thought you said Iron Man.
No.
IRS. I got you. Uncle Sam wins. Okay.
For real, I'll go with Batman though.
Okay. All right. Next question. What's your favorite Vegeta kill? Not death.
Damn
kill.
it. Damn it. I was going to say when he killed himself.
Well, it says right there in parentheses, not death.
Damn it, you got me.
That was by far his best kill. Was himself. Oh. For me personally, I would have to say nothing was cooler than seeing Vegeta kill Android 20. When he first became Super Saiyan, Goku, you saw him, he was clutching his heart because he had that heart thing that he was going through. But you see Vegeta, Super Saiyan the first time, wipes the floor with 20, destroys him, kills him, blasts him, rips his arms off, you know, in his pits and everything. That was really cool. Didn't like what happened after where he let Giro go. Oh no, that was 19 he killed, not 20. I always get them mixed up.
Yeah.
19, the fat guy he killed. But that was a cool death. That was really cool.
Yeah, I think it's clearly Android 19 because I don't think Vegeta fans should be like this surprised, but Vegeta doesn't have a lot of like notable kills. Yes, he has a lot of the Ginyu kills, but the reason why I'm not, I wasn't impressed by those because Goku beat the fuck out of most of all of them before Vegeta just gives them like a last like push and they died.
Right.
Android 19 was the most impressive one by far because that's when he, like you said, that's when he first uses Super Saiyan. And he just looked mighty impressive, and this is after Android 19 had the heart thing with Goku, and he has the iconic line where he says, I might fuck this up, but I think he says something like, even androids can feel fear.
That was fucking cool. That was cool.
So I think it's Android 19. Like, who are you going to really say? Like, who's going to be like, I think Bertur is his best kill, or Nappa, or
yeah. Some guy that was already fucking dead on the ground. He just took his knee to his neck and just for insurance, just
You could say the fucking Namekians he killed, or the random crowd of people he killed.
Yeah, that was his best death. Killed just section 42.
I like when he killed Bob from IT, that bitch ass boy in the stands.
Hi, I'm enjoying this. What the fuck's that man doing? Oh my god!
Oh my god.
That's hilarious.
Who's your favorite musician from this list? A. Michael Jackson, B. Aretha Franklin, C. Prince, or D. Whitney Houston?
Wow. A non-anime question. Yeah, good list, definitely. A lot of really good ones, for sure. A lot very powerful, very just legends in their field, but if I was to pick one, it has to be the King. Just because it's Michael frickin' Jackson. He ushered in the genre pop music. And even if you go back and listen to his less notable stuff, it's really good. Like his last album, I think it was called Invincible or whatever it was called. It's actually really good. I know it got panned when it first came out, but it's really good. Very underrated. So, Michael Jackson, by and large.
That man has been famous and great for like his whole life. It's pretty crazy to think about. Like, Jackson 5 to...
Absolutely.
It's literally his whole life, yo. It's crazy. So for me, it's Michael Jackson. Like that's my clear one. But these artists are great. That's not to take away from them. It's just Michael Jackson is insane.
The fact that he's been dead for 15 years too is even crazier, and his music is still requested and listened to this day. I don't think anyone will ever stop listening to Michael Jackson.
He's like in terms of his celebrity. In terms of music, I don't think there's any person really that's on his level as far as like having
No.
that celebrity as a musician.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. But Aretha Franklin's great. Whitney Houston turned a cover song and made it her own. And Prince is, I'd probably say, the second best out of this list. Just Prince is just Prince. Incredible.
Absolutely.
All right, next question. Who is the best swordsman among these three? Sasuke from Naruto, Ichigo from Bleach, or Tanjiro from Demon Slayer? The best swordsman among those three. Tanjiro's pretty good with his damn sword.
I think it's Sasuke.
Yeah, you would know more than me.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't. You didn't get that far in Naruto, but Sasuke is pretty nice with his sword. I love the guy Ichigo. This man has this is the extent of his swordsmanship. Kesuga Tensho.
Yeah,
that is all he really does with a sword.
Pretty much, as far as swordsmanship goes, he's kind of okay. He Bankai. That's what he can do.
Yeah, he fast, I guess. But Sasuke and Tanjiro are like more pure swordsmen. Tanjiro is pretty nice, but I'll go with Sasuke on this one.
All right, I go with the Tanjiro.
What is the greatest MCU scene of all time?
Oh,
A,
damn.
Avengers. Symbol. B, three Spider-Men. Three Spider-Men. No Way Home. I've never watched No Way Home still. C, Thor enters Wakanda, Infinity War. D, Cat Wills. Ooh, cannot pronounce that.
Mjolnir.
That's how you say it for real?
Mjolnir.
Damn.
That's the name of his hammer. Mighty Mjolnir.
Why does it have an M in it then?
Well, that for Mjolnir.
Oh. Okay. That makes sense. Kella destroys Mjolnir. Ragnarok. Thor Ragnarok. Or what the fuck just happened to me? Okay. C or F, Iron Man Snap in game.
All of these are out of these choices. I feel like they're my favorite scene's not even on here.
Yeah.
Personally, but if I was to have to pick one, I mean, I have to say Endgame, where they go Avengers Assemble and everybody comes out all the little holes and everything, and you see them assemble. Oh, peak in that movie. Just absolutely great. I have to give it to that.
Why are all the greatest MCU scenes? Why are three of the options from Endgame?
I know. I mean, Endgame to me was good, but it wasn't my favorite.
Yeah.
Hell. Here's a hot take. Infinity Wars is better than Endgame, in my opinion.
I don't think. Well, the box office numbers will tell you that's a hot take, but I feel like if you ask most fans, I think more people enjoy Infinity War just because I think the issue with me when it came to Endgame was it was just predictable where it had to go. Because considering what happened, it's like, okay, there's no way there's going to be a final decision. There's no way you're going to follow through on this. So
you're going to have to do time travel. Exactly.
Yeah. So it's just a thing that we kind of expect. Whereas Infinity War, I mean, if you read comics, you may know where this may end or whatever. Not that it follows comics faithfully, but
no. If
you're just watching this for the first time, and then you see the Thanos snap, and then you're seeing everybody fucking you're like,
yeah,
what the fuck?
Yeah, that was the craziest shit. The fact that they actually let him win at the end of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But if I was to pick like a great scene, oh sorry, you were gonna pick yours.
I was going to say if I was picking, if it wasn't on this list, I would have said the Thanos snap. I think is more iconic than a lot of these, honestly.
You should have aimed for the head. Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
But from these, I would probably say Cap wielding a hammer, just because it was like he's worthy.
I knew he was worthy.
Yeah, it was. I don't know. Again, I don't think it's the greatest, but it's probably my favorite on this list.
Yeah. Yeah, but not my favorite, but still pretty good. Okay, we're almost down. We got 2 more questions left. Questions for, well, good thing it's for us. Which death in the Red Wedding hurts you the most? Tulsa Stark, Grey Wind, Caitlin Stark, or Robb Stark? I forget who the fuck Grey Wind is, to be honest.
Grey Wind's the wolf.
Oh.
Yeah.
That was sad because he was just in his cage. And that was pretty bad. But he's a stupid wolf. So if I was... I'm kidding.
Down.
I am kidding, of course. I am kidding. It was sad, though. But I got to give it to Caitlin Stark. She watched her husband die. She watched her other kids die, her other family die. She watched Robb die right in front of her fucking eyes, and then she died.
I feel like the moral thing is to say, is it Talisa? Is that how you say her name?
Stark. Yeah, she was the one that just married Robb, and
the pregnant lady.
Yeah, and literally had nothing to do with anything.
I feel like that's like
fucking died.
The morally right thing to say, but if I'm saying what hurt me the most, like, you know what I mean? I didn't really care about the baby too much. I cared about Robb. That was my boy.
Ah.
Oh, I was a Robb stan, and then that happened, and I was like, fuck. It's like, where do I go? I think that's when I switched over to Arya. But I was a Robb stan. I was the king of the north. The king of the north. I was fully on that train. He beat Jamie. I thought I was on top of the world. Tywin was having a hard time with them. It's like I have to quell the young wolf. It was tough, man. It was tough. All of that came crashing down because he wanted to marry the pretty lady.
It's insane to think, because when I first got into Game of Thrones, I feel like it was around season 3. I just caught up with season 1, season 2, and I was in the middle of season 3. When I got to this episode, and I knew that the show was shocking, as you set off from season 1 where Ed died. But when the Red Wedding happened and they were willing to kill off notable characters that have been in the season for 3 seasons, series I meant, for 3 seasons, and just obliterate each and every one of them like nothing, in the way, because that's what happened in the book. I was literally just like, I remember watching that episode, and it wasn't even the last fucking episode of that season. I had to pause it because it was going to say, "You still watching?" I'm like, "No, I'm not watching. I need to go out and fucking run or something." God, that hurt me because I agree. I was like, who the fuck am I going to root for now?
Ugh.
Who am I going to root for now? The Starks are just all gone. Well, other than Arya and Sansa.
Team Sansa.
Yeah, Sansa. Team Sansa, Arya, and Brandon the cripple. Yeah, we gotta go for that. Oh, yeah, it was bad time, very bad time. I was contemplating whether to continue watching the story after that or not. Like, I was seriously like, do I want to fucking watch this show anymore? Yeah.
Well, QRW6 says when the Lannister music played, that's when things started hitting the fan. Yeah,
Yep, that
they,
was the death song.
Castar's Reign. I think that's what it's called.
Yeah,
You
I
know,
think.
I think, if I'm not mistaken, Caitlyn noticed it first, where she heard the music. She's like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, she saw it, and then she looked at the guy, and he had chainmail under his clothes, and I was like, why are you wearing armor at a wedding?
Yeah.
You know, this is a happy occasion. What the fuck? Yeah.
Imagine that as a start. Like someone playing that, I would imagine, like given the given a lore of it, that's like you being Jay-Z at a wedding. Someone plays Ether. You like you just hear fuck Jay-Z. What the fuck?
I'm sorry, what?
Who's the DJ? What the fuck?
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, that was the beginning of the end when it came to that. Poor Arya. She almost got killed, but she got away.
No.
Thanks to the Hound.
These characters have their day in court. How would you defend them?
Oh boy.
Pain for Naruto. I guess I'll take that.
Yeah, you take that. I don't know.
2, Garo from One Punch Man.
All right.
You should have that. And then 3, Johan from Monster. I'll have that, I guess, too.
Okay. First of all, we got Pain here as a defendant. Sasuke, you are his lawyer. How does he plead?
Guilty on all charges. Every single charge. I mean, to his credit, he wanted to erase all the pain from the world, and that was going to require little sacrifices, you know? So, I mean, he wanted to end war. And that's what all ninjas should strive for. Peace, right? We're in this for peace. Or do you guys want to keep fighting? I think Pain had a great solution, you know? Inflict a little pain here, remind everybody of what could happen if you get out of line, and threaten everybody else with the bee juice. Simple.
Okay. Beautiful. All right. When it comes to me defending Garo, this is a guy who all he ever wanted to do was prove that villains could do the very same things that heroes could, but better.
Underdogs.
Very much. He was an underdog. He was bullied. He was made fun of as a child for liking villains, because you're not supposed to like a villain. You're supposed to like heroes. Villains are just naturally bad just because of the stamp and the label of villain. But Garu, again, he wanted to prove that that even though he was a villain, that he could stand toe to toe with the heroes. And I feel like that's what he did. Sure, he maybe took it a little too far and really incapacitated a few people. Hell, if it wasn't for his drive, he wouldn't have gotten to the point where he became cosmic. He literally went all out, and to be quite honest, I think he put villains on the map, because he would have annihilated all of them if it wasn't for Saitama.
I don't think you're supposed to say that as his lawyer.
Oh, hold on. Did that be stripped from the record?
You become his lawyer, and then you just start listing out his feats, like regardless of how it sounds. You know, my client, it turns into a Goku versus Garo debate. My client could watch the floor with fucking Goku, that scrub. He'll kill him in one punch.
Let me retract that statement, Your Honor. Retract it all together. All my client is, he's just a victim of circumstances. He was bullied as a kid. He wanted to prove he was the best, and I feel like he did. He just took it a little too far. That's all I'm saying. I feel like that's all that needs to be said. And also, look at him. He says he was sorry.
He didn't kill anybody.
To be honest. Oh, well, I mean, not in this timeline, but that is true. So, yeah, let's just say he's learned his lesson, and he has Silver Fang keeping him in line now. He's learned his lesson.
Beautiful. As far as Johan, I mean, when you look at Johan, I don't want to spoil Monster though. Fuck.
I'll mute
He
myself.
He didn't do anything but talk to people. That's it. Sure, he had a conversation with somebody, and then right after that conversation, they killed themselves. He has a conversation with this guy, and after that conversation, they decide to, murder a whole bunch of people. But is it a crime to have good conversation with people? Is it a crime to socialize? No. People call him a manipulator, a killer even, when he's just a friend. That's it.
Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Commendable in a way. Last question of the evening. Okay, this is from Light Ruler.
Oh, God.
The Catholic Church has people drinking wine for their religion. Would you join the Axis Church, Aqua's Church, if you had to drink her purified water? All right, that was a great weekend.
I wouldn't join the church for the pure fact that I don't. If you guys haven't seen the Megami spinoff, we learned a little bit more about the Axis Church, and they're like crazy. All pedos. No, thank you.
Yeah, just pedos and a little crazy.
Yeah,
especially that one blonde girl. Just a little crazy.
Her and the top guy. He was on that time.
Oh yeah.
Well. No, actually, it was a whole bunch of them.
Yeah,
it was just a whole bunch of them.
Yeah, they just. Yeah, that's a big no for me. It won't be to drink no fucking liquid. It'll be because they just don't. That just don't interest me.
Yeah. That is it, though, for viewer questions. This was a very long podcast, but very necessary. I think after next week, things should start slowing down, because then we'll have one less show once we finish KonoSuba, and then
KonoSuba will be done. Demon Slayer, well, it has a couple more.
Everything has a shelf life of 2 more weeks, except for Spice and Wolf the Fable.
Yeah, those are the only 2 that are going to keep going.
Yeah. And then we'll probably be watching Fate Stay Night for... we're on episode 4. 8. We're watching it for 3 or 2 more weeks after we're done with those shows. So, yeah.
All right. Coolio.
All right. Yeah, I want to put the camera on you.
I'm a little nervous. I'm gonna throw up.
Tell me where they can find you.
Okay. You can go ahead and you can find me over at my channel, Everything Animated. It's a rip-roaring good time full of nothing and nothing. But it's not gonna be like that forever. I always say that, I always preach that, and it's true. Because... well, I was talking to C, I think it was like a month or 2 ago, about a certain show that's coming out this summer, and maybe talking about it, something to do with a plus-size elf losing weight or something. I don't know. Maybe that's something that we'll be discussing. You have to find out. Subscribe to my channel, and you'll see. I dropped a link in the chat right now. We have a King of Anime podcast Twitter, just called King of Anime Pod. We've been getting a few followers here lately. Whether they're real people or bots, we've been getting them. So right now we have 25 followers. Let's see if we can get that up a little bit. We don't do anything political or posts or anything about like that. We just basically say, hey, we're going live on this day. So please, here's the link. Follow and subscribe and all that good stuff. We also have a Patreon, King of Anime. I dropped that in there as well. Been a little scarce on it. Just, I don't know. We're going to get back to it. It's just a matter of just getting it all situated. We have a KOA video game special that we did, a Madoka Magica Rebellion special we did, and a drunken podcast where me and Sasuke talk about how we just went crazy one night. Went on a binger. It just it happens to the best of us, but we did it. And also, we don't have anything concrete yet, but like I said, we got monetized recently, so we can officially get super chats on our channel. We do want to see about doing memberships. If there's any ideas that you think would be great, please leave them in the comments. We love to hear what you guys would think, what you guys would be willing to pay. I mean, we don't want to make anybody force anyone to do this. We just want to do it because we think it would be fun. Nice little community we got here, and obviously we want to grow as well. Other than that, yeah, like, share, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff.
Before I do this transition effect. All right. You can find me on Satsuki the Savage as well as Satsuki the Gamer. Do not follow me on there because I'm not going to post on there. Satsuki the Reactor, where there may or may not be live reactions to Ray, Zero in the coming future. And on Satsuki the Savage, I definitely will be doing I'll be bringing back the Ox and Rat podcast, and then we'll do a ReZero edition with my boy Perry and talk about ReZero every week. And definitely follow me on my Twitch, Satsuki the Savage. Play a plethora of games from Persona 3 to Big Booty Nikkei to Big Booty Stellar Blade to Fire Emblem to Your Turn to Die and all these other weird games that I end up playing. As far as the Patreon thing, I promised that there was going to be something coming this month, and I stand by that. We just got to get situated as far as what we're going to do exactly. But still plenty of time, so be on the lookout for that. Again, Patreon is only $1. Lock in.
$1?
Because it's not much you could buy for $1. Think about it. What do you know cost $1? What? Those little
Not
those Arizona juices that you get from the corner store? I'm not gonna lie, my Arizonas cost like $1 and something and change now.
Yeah, they do.
So that don't even cost $1 for me anymore.
Yeah.
You could probably buy like a juicy fruit for $1.
Just one, not a pack, but a single juicy fruit.
Yeah, because you definitely can't buy like a regular gum with maybe what's the other one? Spearmint. I know that one's kind of on the cheaper side. Spearmint, juicy fruit.
You can maybe like get a quarter and get like a fucking gumball or something.
They'll probably punch you in your mouth for asking for that. Can I get a? What did you just say to me?
I just wanted a gumball. And his amazing world.
Yeah. Let's put it back on this screen. That is it for the podcast. This was a very fun one.
Totally fun.
Yeah, almost locked there for 4 hours. But things should slow down as far as the length of the podcast. Definitely in the next 2 weeks or so. Once the next season rolls around, I don't think we're going to be doing near 4 hour podcasts, but what do I know?
I mean, we always say this, and then we always do these long podcasts, and we're just like, I don't know what happened, but here we are, 4 hours into it again.
I promise y'all, I don't talk this much. I'm like a Persona protagonist, but then we get to talking about anime, then I don't know.
Just opens up.
Yeah. But thank everybody who joined us tonight. Hope to see you next week, next Monday. And hopefully the length of the podcast won't be this long, but either way, time flies when you have fun. So good night, everybody.